Big up, people. Welcome to the weekend roast. As you can see, I have a very special guest. The one and only Views is here today in his house, melting like we all are. A roast is probably the last thing you want in this weather, although I am actually currently cooking one. So
Yeah. Oh,
downstairs.
really?
So, yeah, have one in the slow cooking in the oven. The beef is cooking nicely. Be ready for about 7 o'clock, I'd say. Just on the low heat, just ticking away. It's gonna just fall off the
Oh,
bone.
man.
But big up to you, man. I saw your fucking wonderful. I watched the whole thing actually this morning, where you were cooking the African Gooner.
Yeah.
We're getting it from all angles now, and as Aaron said, they're running scared. They've never had it. They had it so easy up until now. They had it so easy up until now. It was only Northside and Lee that would have gone for them a year ago.
Right.
And now they're getting pinned to the wall all the time, and they do not like it. They're reacting in their own little scratch their eyes away. But I mean, I'm hardly running scared. But how are you today, man? Apart from the ridiculous heat.
Yeah, apart from the heat, apart from the same Arsenal rubbish, we are okay. We are all good. Got a bit of a bipolar missus at the minute, but we've managed to smuggle her out the house. So we're Macaulay Culkin, home alone, except for this fucking cat. Get out of here. But I hope everyone's good. Like and subscribe. We're here, man. We're here on the weekend. We're roasting for real.
Absolutely. I'll run through the chat real quick. There's already a few yous piling in. Big up to everybody who's in. I know yous are getting... Yous are wonderful, actually, because you come into me and you go to Views, and then you come to me, and then you go to Aaron, and you spread it all around, and it's all about the support. We'll all say it all the time. It's humbling and it's amazing. Big up to Luke, who's in the house saying they're taking the mutants to Arsengard. They're taking the mutants to Arsengard. Yeah, man, that's what we're doing. Fucking hi ho. And big up to Gavin L as well. And of course, Vigilante's in the chat. Absolute legend. And we have Wahaha and saying good afternoon, Shane and chat. Come on, Wahaha. Dre's in the house. Another legend. Wahaha saying Views. Views is showing off his pussy. Big up to Toronto Gooner. He's saying Shane legend, big up. Finally made it to a show. Come on, man. You're in all the time. I know the time zones are completely different. Any support is welcome. And you always catch me on playback and stuff. It's all views, man, and it's all support. And that's what it's all about. Big up to Mohammed as well. And Kwame is in the house, another one of the legends, saying hi to Shane and Views. We have the Assembled over here, absolute legend, saying afternoon, everyone. And we have Joseph, of course, showing his support. Views' channel. I will be pinning that any second now. And big up to LFC Monster. He's been in the house recently, and he's an absolute geezer, man. And I've never used the word geezer until I started doing YouTube. You know that, man? It's just from talking to Aaron.
Yeah.
Big up to Mr. Batter, who says big up Views, and Sean. Come on, man. Sean and Mark Williams. I'm not going to live them down. I am not going to live them down. And Mohammed saying a gal took it personal against Aaron's joke. Which joke was that now? Was that the one about the subs or something like that? I'm not sure what it was. But he takes everything personal. He pretends like he does. And if he's losing a football argument, he goes, keep your composure. Come on, keep your composure. Then he smirks. He's really passive-aggressive. If he did it in real life, he'd get a slap across the chops, man. And we all know it. Big up to Gavin. He's saying big up to Views. Come on, man. Paul's in the house as well. Another one of the regulars. Another one of the legends. And, of course, we have Andrew. I did want to get into something real quick here, Views, and then I'll get the people's view in the chat, because this is what we're dealing with, man. Nothing's been said yet. Nothing has been said yet about this, but there is a man that has become... He's just about half an hour ago, he announced that he's ready to move on and start a new chapter in his career, and he is a Mikel Arteta market opportunity. He is a Mikel Arteta market opportunity. It's Dominic Calvert-Lewin, man. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is set to leave the Toffees for free. That is a Mikel Arteta signing if I have ever seen one, man. That is his type of player. Big donkey up front.
Yeah.
Gets injured all the time.
Oh,
I mean,
so what
that is a Mikel Arteta signing.
We're Sunday today, so by Tuesday, Wednesday, expect a medical. Yeah, Gooners.
Yeah.
What great business. Look at this.
He wants to move on to a new channel. Actually, do you know what? I'll put up a proper picture of him. There he is getting treatment, man. There he is getting treatment on the pitch.
Oh.
That's more fitting for Mr. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Would you be shocked if he rocked up in an Arsenal jersey?
No. Nothing this club can do can shock me anymore. If anything, I'd be more shocked to see them doing something competent. The moment you show this to me, I feel like I'm kind of going back on X or going back onto Sky Sports News. Here we go, guys. Here we go. You wanted Marquee, and here we have it, bro. Calvert-Lewin. Look at him. That's the best picture you could have showed ever. That's the best picture ever, bro. Look at that. I would not be surprised. Like I said, we're Sunday today. Tuesday, Wednesday, he's holding up the shirt. Just be prepared, Gooners. Be prepared.
Yeah. Tuesday, Wednesday, crappy days. Thursday, Friday, crappy days. Oh man! But this is an Arsenal signing if I've ever seen one. This is an Arsenal signing because we big up shit players, and the top Gooners would dress this one up all free, market opportunity, Prem proven, Prem proven, all this sort of fucking bollocks, man. This is what they'll do. But I mean, I saw put this up this morning. I don't know if you saw it, and I just want you to see. Do you know that Arsenal news channel? You know that website? They millions of people, right? But look at this formation, man. Imagine we had this team. Look at this. 3 centre backs, right? No wing backs. No wing backs. There's millions of people that subscribe to this. Zubimendi, Rice, Rodrigo, Eze, Odegaard, Saka, and Sesko.
It looks it looks like a star.
It looks like it's the wrong way around. It looks like the Sesko where Raya should be. You know what I mean?
But that's what it's going to That's how it's going to be, bro. Raya, our new number 9.
Yeah. Market opportunities. But this sort of drivel, man, you could put the best players in the world, right, in that formation, and you'd get spanked because you can't play that way. You just can't, right? You know, it's Zubimendi, right? And look at it. Even when they want to make it look like we're going to get Eze, Rodrigo, and Sesko, they didn't even have the heart to pull Odegaard out of the team.
I know. They always do it.
You know, so they just took a defender off, and that's the squeeze Odegaard in. This is the drivel, man.
You know why that's stupid? Because he'll never take a defender off. If anything, he'll add a defender. Do you know what I'm saying? But this is what the fanboys and the people that fancy him do, bro. And this is what you've said it a million times because you heard BBK said it. I heard BBK say it as well. You're not getting that at Liverpool or City. You're not getting that. They're not worried where Szoboszlai is going to play now that they've got Wirtz. They're not worried where Foden's going to play now that they've got Cherki. Only at Arsenal, bro. Now we've got some. Who saw this formation ever in their life? Yeah, I don't know, bro. It looks like one of those, like, you know, like in the movies when you see them horror films and they put up that little kind of pentagram thing. This is what it kind of looks like.
Just put candles in all their faces, man.
Just put a circle around it.
Yeah. Say Mikel Arteta 3 times and he'll appear in the middle and fucking take your soul.
I heard you say that one earlier as well. That was a good one. The candy man. Ooh, a candy. The candy man. Type of candy man. You know what I mean? Ooh, a candy. It's crazy.
Big up the DJB in the house. Sorry to cut across you. The legend himself was in the house, and you just have to big up the legend. Big up the DJB. DJ, I saw you sent me a message earlier. I didn't get to read it. I will reply to you very, very soon, my man. I will reply to you very, very soon. Sorry, views. You know what I did want to say about this, though? These are adults that run these sites, right? They have to be.
Yes.
This is something that you do when you're 12 or 13. With a pen when you're in school and you're not paying attention and you draw your dream team. Oh, well, I can't be him, and I'll just throw them up front. I'll sign all the strikers. The strikers. These are adults doing this shit, man. These are adults coming out and making. Did you see the gal's thing about Norgard, the tweet he took down? I don't have it. I'll get someone to send it to me at some stage. It's all these PowerPoints about how good he is and stuff like that. And it's just like fucking.
I think I missed it. And I think when someone else was trying to put light on it, he had already deleted it. That could have been yourself, you know, because
he's deleting a lot of his tweets and stuff now because he's being found out. There's more eyes on him than ever. You know what I mean? He's being found out, so there's more eyes on him than ever. Right. But he put this one up. This is another one he put up, right? This is outrageous. Right? Christian Norgard defending transitions better than Jorginho and Partey. A little 47-second clip, right? He took one clip, which someone else I guarantee you someone else put this up. In fact, you can see that they have. You can see on the screen that it was someone else's. Yeah, there you go, right? So he just took that, stuck his opinion on it like it is. It's not. And it's one little clip, man. One little clip that he's just dismissed Jorginho and Partey. They're gone now. Out of his fucking mind. Which, in a way, it's healthy to move on. I get all that. But don't start fucking trying to dress this up as something that's not.
That's all they do.
Don't start trying to dress this up. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. And our standards are in the fucking bin because of it. Yeah. Like the Arsenal hierarchy must look at our social media and go, this is fucking easy. No matter what we do, we can do anything. I just see them like an old movie when they're in their castle, watching the fucking telly and going, looking at their minions that they're all idiots,
bro.
You know what I mean? They just go, we can sign anyone. We can sign anyone. They're probably all sitting around like fucking trading places, making big bets about it. Do you know what? I bet you we can sign another Chelsea reject and they'll big them up. No way. No, we've done 8 already. We've done 8 already. They'll do it. I bet you £1 million they'll do it again. I bet you £1 million they'll pick it up again.
We're turning up like Veolia, you know, like we're hanging off the back of the van, just waiting to pick up the fucking trash every single year. I say it. They've got, you know, big up Carl. I say it. They've got compromising pictures on us. They must do. You know, they keep reading out the same shit. We've gone from Rodrigo, Gyökeres, and Eze to fucking Watkins and fucking. Do you know what I'm saying? Madueke and Jackson, bro.
Yeah.
And they do
it. I always tell you, man. They dangle the beauty queen.
There was exactly, and you say that all the time, bro. There was someone in my chat today that said to me, "It's just PR. Of course, we're not going to get them." How on earth can you come into a chat on this big internet and say, "Of course, that's rubbish"? Hold on. Based on what? Do you know what I'm saying? Because if anything, it's not rubbish. When you see those links, if you're an Arsenal fan, you get scared. It's not rubbish. It's not rubbish. There's all types of legs. There's all types of something behind it. You know what I mean? How can you say, of course, we're not getting them? When I put up a picture on my channel as well of like a whole team that we've had of Chelsea rejects, and we're just adding to it still. Kepa. Do you know what I mean? We're just adding to it still. I don't know.
This, man.
And one more thing I'll say, Shane, because obviously you're bringing up the social media and that Arsenal news channel, Hand of Arsenal, all these other dickheads. That's why I was getting onto, you know, the African panty sniffer earlier on, because that's all you care about. You guys, how is anyone logical going to say that we are hurting the club more than they're hurting the club?
Impossible.
Impossible. I want us to win, make Arsenal great again. These guys care that David Ornstein's in their DMs. Like a little fucking Dubai slag, bro.
He's not in his DMs. Get him to fucking show it. And if he is in his DMs, he's saying, please, or where did you get this number? That's all he's fucking saying.
Can you stop? Do you know what I mean? I'm calling the police.
Stop going through my bins. My wife's really scared. You know what I mean? That's what he's saying. Please, mate. Yeah, these fuckers. And I said it, and I'll say it again. And in my chat, if I repeat myself, I do apologize, but I'm on a lot, so I will repeat myself sometimes. And I know you fucking love it anyway. But these guys, they don't get to be mad when Sesko and people like that see us as a lower club, because they've lowered us to that standard. And you see Semiu fucking VHS tape out going, oh, how dare you say that about my club? About Sesko. You did this, you prick. You're the last person who should be getting it. You did this. These people that have access, they have access to the club. They are not fans. When you start getting access to the club, when that's your aim, you go over to the realm of not being a fan. You're not a fan anymore. Facts. You're a corporate shill. And that's all you are. They get one or two questions when they go in. Fucking Zippy used this question in one of the press conferences near the end to say, I see Havertz is buff is buff. I see Havertz is all built. That was him that asked that question. That was Zippy. Are you kidding? That was Zippy. Did you see Arteta a chance?
Did you see Arteta how he looked down and kind of giggled when he said that as well? Like,
so you noticed.
Kai Havertz is bulking up.
But he was feeding that to him. He was told to ask him that.
And you said it on your channel. You say it all the time because they sit there, they hear stuff that they don't even agree with, and they just sit there, rather snicker between themselves than say, "Hold on, what's going on?" Even someone like Curtis Shaw, people are trying to say, "Oh, Curtis, he works for AFTV." At least he's going in to ask him big questions. And when he goes into this next press conference, he's asked the chat, "Give me the hardest question. We're gonna run it." He asked him, "Why are you not signing Mbappe?" And everyone's laughing. Ha 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 ha! That's not the Arsenal way. That's another lazy argument, and I fucking hate that, bruv. Yeah. That's not the Arsenal way. So let's continue down that road because it's working so well, isn't it? Yeah. I was half my age when we last won a fucking league title. It's working so well. Let's keep going down that road, innit? And these are the guys, like you said, the press warriors, the fucking corporate shills. They are beyond fans. You saw the panty sniffer today. Oh, Fabrizio tweets my information. Ornstein's in my DMs. That's what he cares about. He left his job to do that for free, to go and search fucking trash cans like a raccoon for free. Yeah. You know,
that's his name now. It's just the raccoon.
The raccoon, bro. Searching through the trash, bro.
The African raccooner, man. That's it.
I know that. I know Gabriel's going to be fit next year because I regurged these fucking. I regurged his lasagna. I ate his lasagna yesterday out of his bin. So I know.
Gabriel Gabriel did an interview and said he'd be fit. That's what Igal tried to hit me with, and I said, but match fit, Igal, match fit. When the season starts next season, he'll be about 6 months without football. He will not be match fit. It's impossible. any injury. Did you hear what I said earlier today that Aaron had some mutants in a chat on a channel he was talking about the grade 3 hamstrings? Did I tell you that?
No,
because the other way the grade 3 tears off, it completely tears, right? And someone put in this chat, oh yeah, because it completely tears, if you get a grade 3 hamstring, it grows back twice as strong. And there was loads of mutants in the chat going, oh yeah, I heard that.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, it grows back twice as strong. Grows back the fucking like the $6 million man or something, you know what I mean?
This is what we
getting new arms and
shit between the ears. Yeah. It will just grow back. All you got to do is stretch it out and attach it back to the hook. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Oh my God.
Is that true,
LFC
Monster?
Need to realize, Shane, right? Saka might never be the same again.
Yeah, he needs a burst of pace, man. He needs a burst of pace. Same with Gabriel, centre back, when he gets put in behind. I hope they all get better. But of the 8 that have had surgeries and major surgeries all through the squad, I've said this before: 50% you can guarantee won't be right next season. They won't be right. They'll be dropping with little niggly injuries. And Norgard's injury prone as well, I might add. Norgard's injury prone.
I know they forgot.
You know what I mean?
They forgot that. You know what I mean?
Your man off Valencia now that they're looking at, the guy that Gal did a video and talked about him like he'd watched him week in, week out, the defender that he's never seen play. And he talked about him like he knew everything about him. That guy as well, man, is being bigged up. But he's not injury prone, so we shall see. Sorry, I wanted to go back there. Is that true, LFC Monster? Did Sharon Nicholas say that? If that's true, that's craziness, man. This has been one of the best windows. Yeah, well, you can't really judge a window, obviously, until you see them playing for a while. But to me, on paper, it's a fucking top transfer window. But I'll run through the chat really quick again, just because there's new people in. Rabona, one of the absolute legends, always in, showing support. Oh, good Lord, is this why you guys were waiting for July? Yeah, man. Look, there's no rumours about this guy yet, but we would not be surprised, people. We would not be surprised if he rocks up in an Arsenal shirt. Market opportunity. If they were to do that and sign another striker, I go, right, fair enough. You know, fair enough. Sell Havertz now. You know what I mean? Then I go, okay. You know what I mean? That would do me. Anything just to get rid of Havertz, but we shall see. August the 3rd, Arsenal have submitted a bid for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, is expected to be rejected, but more negotiations to resume. Yeah, and he's out of contract. Yeah. Oh,
You know, yes,
did he ever
maybe.
play for
yes, no, maybe.
Yeah. You were saying that this morning. I was laughing at that when you hand over the love note. Yes, no, maybe. That's what we do. Real coy. Yeah. Can I ask you to prom? Fucking hell, man. What are we doing? Igal's terror mechanisms, divert attention to chat. He does that. Yeah. When he's getting really called out. Call fellow panelists a liar. He does that one to me. And make bogus, outlandish claim to crash conversation. Yeah, that's his big one. He listens in. That's why it's always Igal crashes the stream. That's always the headline, right? He waits, catches what the majority are saying, comes in and says some absolute bollocks. Comes in and says some absolute bollocks. Big up to Gunnar SE. Absolute legend. Is he free? Better than sign? Yeah, it is better than signing Hoyland, I'd say. Do you know what I think about Hoyland? As much as I have no reason to believe he could be good, I reckon if they get in a Gyökeres or someone like that, and he's brought into the team the way he should have been, i.e. the bench, brought in for League Cup, edged in, come on when they're 2-0 up and there's no pressure, score. He could improve. He's never going to be a world beater. But that Man United jersey is one of the heaviest fucking crests to wear in the world, right? One of the heaviest crests. You cannot bring in a young striker and just go, right now, you're the main man. You just can't do it unless they're that different class like a Rooney or a fucking Ronaldo or someone like that. And even Ronaldo was edged in over 2 or 3 years. You know what I mean? Like I think that if he just got a bit of a step back, maybe you might get a tune out of him, at least enough to sell him on. What's up, Rants? Is that Gunnar SE going for you? Is it?
Yeah, that's for me.
Big up DJB, man. Big up DJB legend, again. Man. Who else have we got? We have of course, we have Mitchell Thompson, Man United fan is in. Big up, Mitchell. Absolute legend in the house. The two brothers, man. They should make a sitcom. The two Thompson brothers supporting City and United, man. Big good sitcom. Not surprised Liverpool and City are leading on transfers. We are lackluster. We're even beyond lackluster, Kwame. We are underwhelming. Is not even. That's a compliment. That is a compliment to say that we've been underwhelming. Big up to Paul, of course, for Bono. We'll star a few of these. I just wanted to show viewers that there is a new Chelsea player incoming. I have footage of it here.
Oh, this should be an Olympic sport, bro.
I think
You can
everything I say, you bring to life, bro. I was saying it just today. The Veolia man coming to collect the rubbish every single year, and here it is manifested. Great minds, bro. Great minds.
Oh
Bro.
man. I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw that and said views. I fucking love that, man.
I fucking love it, bro. I love it. I love it.
It's so
man.
true
Great
though.
minds.
Just add Mad Wakey into here. Nicholas Jackson's a rumor now as well, man. I mean, that would be unbelievable.
Nicholas Jackson.
Do you know what? I was saying it today, as much as it will destroy my club, the only plus side would be to hear the Top Gooners dressing up. You know what I mean? Because Moneypenny's already dressed up Mad Wakey. I saw there was a player there for a while. What do you know? You don't even know anything about football. You knew
England International.
Yeah.
It's perfect because we don't want no one to outshine Saka.
Yeah. Now with Jackson, they come up with things like he's a great box buster, or he's they'd make it. I don't know, they make things up because apparently Norgard is a search and destroyer, and he wraps the ball well. He wraps the ball well. What the fuck does that even mean? What does that even mean?
Working Debenhams, bro. He wraps the ball well. Like, is he a kebab man? Like, what are we talking about, bro? Do you know what I'm saying? Chili sauce. Like, what are we talking about, bro? He wraps the ball well. He's a search and destroyer. He was on nobody's mind.
Destroyer. Nobody's.
And that's what I hate when people say. Sorry, Shane. When people say, but if we now rock up with Gyökeres, if we now rock up with Rodrigo, you're going to be happy. Yes, with them signings, but I'm never ever going to be happy with NordVPN and a reject goalkeeper that Bournemouth don't even want. They would never on my radar. In my wildest dreams, they would never have come here. If it was me with the money, I'd still go and get them same players. Eze, Rodrigo, Gyökeres. These guys would never, ever, ever be on the radar, ever. No. That's my point. No. They'd never be here. Yes, I'd accept it a bit more. I'd accept it. It will make it a little bit more easier to accept if we get those players. But what's the history of the Arsenal, everyone? Because everyone keeps telling me to calm down, Shane. But calm down for what? Give me one reason to calm down. Anything tangible. You can't. All you can give me is feeling in my tummy, guys. That's all you can give me. I feel that we're gonna do it. That's all you can give me. No evidence. Whereas the evidence, is leaning. Big up Rashid, man. Is leaning.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the revolution will be televised. Come on, fam. Yeah. Rants 42 now. Next year, right? But all this is doing, bruv. Yeah, all the only evidence I've seen is that Arsenal are moving the same way. And then all of the apologists, all of the enablers come out and then say, but we always move like that. When has Arsenal ever done this? Like, come on, bro. Come on. So you're agreeing with me. So the evidence, is that we're buying squad players again. Because we've had no evidence to say that we're going to get any marquee players. Oh, what? Because the tabloids are reporting it. Oh, right. Because guys are saying it on X and we're supposed to just believe that. Seeing is believing. So when you give me some evidence to calm down, then maybe I'll calm down. But I'll ask you guys, what evidence have you got to be so calm? How about that?
Yeah. Where's the proof that it's going to change? Where's the proof that it's going to change? And you know what? I saw a great point being made. I can't remember where I was. I think I was out on Lee's or it might have been on my show, and someone put it in the comments. And I apologize because I can't remember who it is. But they said, I was on Lee's. I'm really sure it was on Lee's. And they said, if any of our rivals signed Norgard and Kepa, the Top Gooners the social media would be lit up with them mocking them. It would be lit up with them saying, oh my God, moving like a tin pot club, moving like they would go through them all and they'd be reposting it. And oh my God, we're quaking in our boots at this. Just admit it's a bad signing. Just say it. Just say it. And you know what? It's a great way to come into it because I got a notification that Zippy put up a Norgard short. I would never watch one of it. I can't watch this whole video. But apparently he's put up a Norgard short. So let's see him defend this fucking bollocks because he guarantee he will. He'll take a little shot at it, I'm sure, right? But I haven't watched it, by the way. I haven't watched it. I never do. I try not to, so my reaction's as authentic as yours. But I guarantee you he'll find a way to dress it up because he's a corporate shill. He's a corporate shill. So let's see what he has to fucking say. Let's see what this Zippy. Look at that mouth, man. Let's see what he has to say.
Put the tape in.
For someone like Christian Norgard, this is what I'm more interested in. You know, what can he do
moving
forward? I know he can defend. I know he can destroy.
This is what he had because I was telling everyone that he was going to be on with DG. I thought they were going to be live. He knows. DG knows. DG's a smart guy, bro. And I think DG went on with him because I thought, you're going to have him on live. And I want to show respect. I would never go and disrespect DG's channel, but I thought if you're going to be in there live, I'm going to be in there with some pressure questions.
He won't do it. He won't do it live.
He won't do it live. That's why it was a premiere. Did you see it, bro? It was a premiere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Sorry,
didn't watch it. I saw it come up and I didn't watch it. He'll do a live on his own. He'll do a live on his own, but he won't do one where the script might sway off the script. I said that about a gal. A gal comes on with 3 or 4 points, and if you divert him away from them, he's lost. That's when you can see him rapidly Googling, because he doesn't have a clue. Doesn't have a clue.
Sorry.
He's already trying to dress this up, man. You can see already.
Hold on. And before you even press play, they've done one for NordVPN. They've even done one for this mosquito guy. We ain't even signed him yet.
Yeah,
we ain't even signed him yet. This is our.
I've never seen him play. Views. They've never seen him play. They've never seen him play. But they hadn't even heard of him. They hadn't even heard of this Valencia lad. They hadn't even heard of him. I don't know him. I haven't done anything on him because I haven't watched him enough. I've seen him a couple of times, but as I said on my stream, he didn't stand out to me. So I don't know much about him. Lee knows a bit about him.
Go that far. Lee would know because he watches every week. I'm not even going to go that far. When they said mosquito, I'm like, who? Weren't we going for Hato? What happened to that? And then we've got these same shills coming out talking about, but the business, because he would have been like 20 to 25 million euros cheaper. What the fuck are we, bro? Steptoe and Son. What is going on?
I love that, man.
Why are you caring about the business? We're fans. Pay the fucking money.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go on.
Oh, you're spot on.
For someone like Christian Norgard, this is what I'm more interested in. What can he do moving forward? I know he can defend. I know he can destroy.
He could destroy.
Can he? Can he really? Do you know this, Zippy? Because you watched him. You watched him for 180 minutes last season. The 2 games against us. That's it, posh boy. You didn't watch him in any other games, mate.
I know he can break up play. But in our case, we're going to be in a lot of situations where we're trying to break up.
Situations? Where did you get that from, I wonder? His Lord and Savior says situations every fucking third or fourth word.
Position down and not vice versa. And so, yes, hopefully he can help us be a little bit more transition resistant. We tend to face transitional teams nowadays. And if he can do that, that'll be great. But I think for me, the big question mark is what can he give us going forward? And here you're seeing him bite back, prevent danger. We're seeing a lot of that. We're seeing him win the ball here high up, and then
you picked the highlights, mate. Why are you acting like, ooh, look at this? He did one where he was saying Gyökeres won't fit, and he did all the highlights of him missing. Anybody can do. You're a journo, man. This is what you do. You dress
this is what they do. They're bottom of the barrel journos, bro. Let's just have it all. Let's have it just that all the way right. He doesn't care about the team. The moment there's a bit of content for him to make, he's making content. Where's your real feeling about it, bro? You know what I mean? Now all of a sudden you're trying to do David Attenborough. You're trying to turn it into an M&S advert. The guy's shit. When they said NordVPN, I was like, who? The guy who nearly broke Martinelli's leg. That's all I knew about him, bro. And he plays in the same fucking league. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, these guys, they don't care about the club. And these are the guys that get to go on TalkSport and all the rest of all them big platforms. These guys.
Why. They play the game.
Yeah.
Laying it off to the likes of Brian and Mbumo, who's also on his way out of Brentford, by the way. I fear for them.
Mbumo.
That's a big exclusive, isn't it? That Mbumo's leaving. That's fucking. The people know that all around the world, mate. That's big. That's big news.
I have to say, losing Norgard, and losing.
I don't think the fans care about losing Norgard, mate.
Having already lost Thomas Frank as well.
What's that? He is picking the pocket. He's running out of things to say already. That's what I mean.
Yeah. And he's reading from the script as well, which makes it even worse. And it's only a fucking short, pal. It's only a short.
Just helping it into the path of a Danish teammate here again. Look, he watches the run from outside to in, just anticipates and picks his.
You can tell the chap knows nothing about football. They talk about it like it's a fucking movie or something.
Oh, look, he's got 2 legs.
Yeah, look at him. He's got 2 legs and 2 arms, and he kicks that round thing. Oh, look at him.
His moment as to when to kind of bite.
And to show the teeth, guys.
What a way to finish it.
And to bite.
What a bite. He's one to talk about biting. Pac-Man.
I needed this.
Hey, look, I've got another idea. Look, stop whatever you're doing, everybody. Look, because we're going for a walk in the park. Oh, hey.
in the park. You know, if I walk in the park.
he's got a bit of bite. We know he's a destroyer, Bongo. Bongo, we know he's a destroyer. Ooh.
I'm telling you, bro. I need this laugh, bro. I
Oh,
need this
George,
laugh.
he's a destroyer, George. He's a destroyer.
Oh my god. Oh.
But big up to Stephen Soar for the super chat. Absolute legend says can't even cuss mutants out. Get shadow banned. Yeah, man. They don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like it. I get mutants in here too. Can eat up the ground. That was another one he said about Rice, wasn't it? Oh, that was Moneypenny. But big up to you,
You
Stephen.
can eat
Now,
the
listen,
ground.
if you go in and question them, the difference is if I have someone come into my chat and they're respectful, Shooting Boots has come in and questioned me many a time, and he's respectful, so he's fine. It's if they come in, and I'm sure that you're respectful. Sometimes I've been where I get annoyed and just say, you absolute pleb or something like that, and then you get kicked out. You know what I mean? It can happen because they're talking shit. But I've seen you in here many a times, Stephen Sword. You seem like a respectable dude. So yeah, they'll ban you just for questioning them. Just like I said it with press conferences. Just for
Just for
asking
saying
the
what
wrong
you feel.
questions. Out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just for saying what you feel. Where's your opinion, Zippy?
Yeah.
Where's your opinion, Moneypenny? Why does it literally sounds like you're reading off a teleprompter all the time? I come on lives every day. There is no script. I do not write anything down. This is off the dome, baby. You understand what I'm saying to you? This is every single day repeating the same shit. You man are coming up like even on a pre-record, you're sounding like you don't know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Like, make
Yeah.
sense.
He couldn't cut himself out on a pre-record. Come on, man. Come on. And big up as well to Gianni, absolute legend in the house, man. High standards, proper fan, knows his football. In fact, I was only saying it today in my chat, and it's the same at yours. We get in people that know fucking ball, man. They know ball. You know what I mean? If you go into an egal chat or something like that, it's just all kids that know absolutely fucking nothing, man. We get people in that know ball. And then you go, oh, they must be older. And then some of them will tell you, like Riku was saying he's only 22. It's like, fuck, man, you know a lot about, you know everything about it. You know, and then you have Kirk coming in who knows more about Arsenal than fucking Moneypenny. And Moneypenny's out representing us. Big up to Gianni. He says, big up legends, cooking the idiots, Arteta out. Come on, man. That's what we do here. That is what we do over here. Absolute legend in the house. We're talking about, I don't know if you've seen this. I've shown it many a time. But this was Mr. Waffle and Mr. Battered and Darren and stuff have been in pushing. You seen this, have you? They've been in pushing him to cover.
Because you showed on the breakfast. Yeah.
Look, 2 sentences. He dismissed the Timber interview. In 2 sentences, he dismissed the Timber interview. That's it. He's not going to cover it. He's not going to cover it. He's not going to bother.
Why are they not covering it, bro?
Because they know. Because they'll lose access. The African Gooner admitted on these with a little chuckle that he won't cover it. Lee said to him, "Have you read it?" And he went, "Yeah." Did you cover it? No. And he said, but you covered Odegaard getting married, and you covered Jesus having a kid. Why won't you cover this?
Yeah, you're searching through people's bins and you're following people's girlfriends.
And you can't find this big interview where he absolutely crucifies the manager. How does that work, mate?
The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding, guys.
The only thing with him is that he does admit that that's what he's doing. I have no respect for it.
And I said
no respect for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think that until you said it. And I said, you know what, fair play. Because like I just said to my son today, have some accountability, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if you at least admit it, then we can start to build bridges in it. We can start to at least understand it. At least we can say, all right, well, at least you're not pretending to be something you're not. Do you know what I mean? Pretending that you care for the club when really you wake up at 6 o'clock every day. So you can be the first one showing an Arsenal player putting toothbrush on his toothpaste. You absolute weirdo, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? What's the matter?
You know where that falls down, Views? Do you know where that falls down? If he's searching the internet to find a story, then he's not the first because he's someone else. He's taking someone else's, so he's not the first. You know what I mean? How are you the first?
Fabrizio's retweeting my information. That's got to mean something. Did you see him, bro? I had to keep that straight away.
Imagine your hero being a sleazy fucking journo.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Imagine your hero being a sleazy. That's like going, oh yeah, man, I aspire to be Ted Bundy. You know what I mean? It's the same thing, but it is. You know what I mean? There's more respect for Ted Bundy.
Yeah. What's that guy from You? I don't know his actual name. My girlfriend.
I don't watch it, but I do know of the stalker dude.
Yeah. And I said, look at this creepy Don, brother. And here he is, bro. The African panty sniffer, bro. Searching through rubbish, searching through different people's accounts. Wakes up at 6 for no money, bro. No money. Just for that corporate life. Ornstein's in my DMs.
Unbelievable. Yeah. You slid into his DMs, man, as the youngsters say. I slid into your DMs like a fucking worm. Assembled. We haven't signed anyone world class, mate. Zubimendi's not world class. Don't let people tell you any different. But I have a very high standard for world class. A very, very high standard for world class. They call Ben White world class. I think Ben White's a very, very good right back. A very, very good right back, in fact. But world class for me is Salah, Haaland, De Bruyne in his pomp.
Rodri.
Yeah, Rodri's world class. Yeah. You know what I mean? Saliba has that ceiling. Saka would have, if he had had a different manager. I think he'd be close to it now. Wanyeri has that ceiling.
Yeah.
If he gets rid of this manager. Out of all players, but in the youngsters that have come through, counting Wiltshire and all them, Wanyeri and Saka, Wanyeri for me is the one that with the right manager could go right to the top. Right to the top. He could be balling out for Madrid and stuff
even
like that.
Dalman and all the top gooners, a 15-year-old is going to save our season next year, yeah?
Unbelievable. Imagine putting that pressure on him. And then they'll get upset if he crumbles under it.
Exactly. When Arteta turns him into a spork, then you're going to be like, let's loan him out. We've literally messed up so many players, man.
Yeah.
We've missed out on so many market opportunities because he's anti-football.
Absolute facts. Big up North Dank as well, man. Another one of the regulars. And big up to Lawrence, man. Lawrence says, "Good morning, lads. Did you see the video I sent you about yesterday when he wanted Arteta sacked?" I covered it this morning, Lawrence. I covered it this morning on the Full Irish. We went through the whole thing, and everything he says is still happening and worse. So it just proves that he's another corporate shill or a wannabe corporate shill. For him, it's more attention. I think any attention is good attention. You know what I mean? When you get those slaggy girls on Instagram that sell themselves just by putting up a picture going, "Oh, like, do I look fat in this?" And you put some clothes on. Put some clothes on. You fucking slut. Watch more Brentford games. That my local club, Norgard, is good for mid-table club, not fucking Arsenal. Capo, thank you. You've said that before or along those lines, and you're spot on. We all know this. If he's had two so-called big moves, well, Hamburg and Fiorentina. I mean, he went to big leagues through his career. Failed at both. 6 games at Fiorentina he managed. If in one season they didn't want him. And 0 games at Hamburg. Went to Brøndby, won 1 Danish Cup, went to Brentford while they're in the Championship, and now we're signing them. It's absolutely
I fucking played against Brøndby. Like, what is that? Do you know what I mean? What the fuck is this, bro?
Big up Matthew, man. Big up Matthew. Yeah, man, listen, it's growing slowly but surely. I've taken the hard route where I sort of burn bridges by not conforming, man. You know what I mean? So there'll be channels that won't have me on and stuff like that, but fuck them. I don't really give a shit. I'd rather have my integrity. You can't give us shit. VPN. I love that name, by the way, Views, man. I'm stealing that as well, man. I've stolen much of your intellectual property, but I'll be taking.
Come on, bro. We're family, bro.
NordVPN is getting stolen.
What's mine is yours.
John Cleary's in the house, and Riku, of course, is in the house. Yomi saying journalists without no news. Yeah, man, that's why they make it up. These people are taking like the Eze thing was taken from the Sun newspaper. The Sun newspaper released the Eze thing, and people were running with it. That Eze's coming to Arsenal.
Yeah,
and the Sun newspaper is the newspaper that when James Brown died, they had the headline "Brown Bread." That's who they're going with. The fucking brown bread. That's the fucking headline when James Brown died. This is who they're using. Oh man, disgraceful! Like they are.
Oh my lord!
Yeah, there's one of their prouder moments. All right, big up to LFC Monster. He says they all do it in the hopes of getting a working relationship with Arsenal, like AFTV, etc. Yep, and that fucking African Gooner's been on AFTV about 4 years ago, I think.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They're all playing the game, man.
They're all playing the game. Yeah.
That's what it's all about for them. Whatever they can do, they swallow their pride and a lot else with it. Dre says, so why did he do a video of how shit Gyökeres was, but do one where you show how good Norgard is? Yeah, he dressed down Gyökeres. He'll be backtracking on that now. When we looked like we were getting him. Yeah, he backtracked on that. And then, a gal did one on Sesko, how he suits us. Then he went, fuck Sesko, when he was on with me because it looked like Gyökeres. Then he did one saying, Gyökeres is our guy, Sesko's not coming. And now that it's going back to Sesko, he's going to be backtracking again. Backtracking once more. He put up the whole tweet of, if we get Gyökeres, we win the league. Realised he'd made a mistake, took it down, then put up saying, if we get Gyökeres, Rodrigo and Zubimendi, then we'll win the league. No, mate, sorry, too late. Big up to Rabona, says, for context, I know that's a trigger word, I'm sorry. Huysen also had his proper breakout season this season, and he got called up to the Spain team. Same with Asensio, but not that Mosquero guy. Exactly. He hasn't played for Spain yet. But I who was it said Spain international? One of these mutant channels said Spain international. No, he's not. He's not a Spanish international.
We just
With
got-
the
we
under
just-
25s and the under
Yeah, we just
23s.
got one of the biggest prospects. Well, who told you that, mate? 'Cause I think Lee even asked him, and he was doing the startup. Back. But this is his breakout season, bro. You don't even know nothing about him. I didn't even know who it was. Do you understand what I'm saying? We were linked with Hayter. You know, difference is Liverpool getting linked with Gahey or whatever. No matter what you think of him, Premier League, yeah, Crystal Palace first teamer and that, right? Won something last season, and we're getting linked with a fucking with a bubbly wine. Let's go and get a Mascara or whatever it is. Moscato.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Because we can save money. It's not our money. Why do you
Yeah.
not care so much about it?
But they only do when it's dressing up the shitty signing. And as Wayne is saying here, when I said about Norgard that the Brentford fans probably don't care that he's leaving, Norgard is their captain. They do care. Well, that's not necessarily true. Odegaard's our captain. I'd be fucking delighted if he was sold. So
I'll drive him to any team he wants to go to. Odegaard.
Trust me, there's a lot of Brentford fans going 10 million for him. Fair enough. Let's reinvest it. I promise you. Big up to Stephen Soar in the house. Wayne Francis is back again. If them are top gooners, you man are bottom gooners. Yeah, call us whatever you want, mate. Call us whatever you want. We have no problems. We'll own
That's
it.
not an insult to me. Yeah.
We'll own it. If bottom gooner means that I want better standards for my club and I'm not some absolute idiot pandering to the lowest common denominator, then bottom gooner BI. Bottom gooner BI, man. Rico says, someone tell these journos, actual journalists go missing, fall out windows, found dead, and then get imprisoned. Yeah. Asking Arteta questions and then waking up at 6 a.m. isn't being. No, it's not. It's just being an absolute brown nose. It's being a brown nose. Zippy, and I think it was Moneypenny, but it was someone else. It was Zippy and one of the other top gooners were seeing up the front when Arteta made the quote about being the best team in the Champions League, snickering, and then they didn't push him on it. And you know what I mean? So there you go. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Are his legs gangly? Yeah. He eats up the ground with his strides and he wraps the ball well. Can he eat the ground? There you go. Yeah, he wraps the ball well, though. And apparently Norgard is the greatest captain in the history of Brentford's in the history of Brentford. And it was Canton. Yeah, it was Ziggy and Canton. Yeah.
This is the battle that we're up against. This is the battle. You'll never find it in no other fan base in the Marvel multiverse. You will never find this, bro, ever, except for us. They're absolute planks, bro, and that's probably the nicest way I can put it, the most politically correct way I can put it, because I want to say something that ain't. You know what I mean? Bottom gooner, we are the cult. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, I don't care. Call me whatever you want. If it means that we're the ones that have standards, fine. I need Tom Canton. Joe, I don't go for Canton enough, and he went for me, so really I should.
Did he?
Really? He mentioned Gal's tweet. He mentioned here. He mentioned the Gal's tweet about where I said it's the lowest point I've ever been. He said in his Arsenal fandom, it's the lowest point in his Arsenal fandom. Get the fuck out! What are you talking about? Why don't you just talk like a normal person, you prick? You know, he's not trying to talk down to people. Do I still have it?
They all think they're journalists, bro. They're absolute planks, bro.
But they think if they talk, you know, down to you, that see some people fall for it. Some people are too insecure to go, oh well, he's using big words, so he must know better than me. No, man, trust me, he doesn't. Anyone with a bit of fucking intelligence can see that he's talking bollocks. You know what I mean? So trust me when I tell you. But here he is mentioning me
above and beyond. Never. I'm fair enough. I mean, Arsenal, 2 of the last 3 summers, Arsenal have done their business early. We've talked about, you know, absolutely destroying that myth that Arsenal are always slow in the transfer window. We know that's not true, but I think I saw one of the things that when I came back to social media yesterday, I think I saw a tweet from Igal. Igal, who of course has his own channel, Igal Talks Football. I think he tweeted this little clip of somebody saying that this is the worst or the lowest point of their Arsenal fandom. And I'm like, wow, that is a lowest point supporting Arsenal in 40 years, apparently. There's a clippy, but I didn't actually watch the clip, to be fair, but I could tell that was what was being said with the caption. It's mad that some fans are like that, isn't it? It's crazy. Some fans sit there and feel this is the lowest point of their Arsenal supporting lives. Chris is how?
Of the Arsenal supporting life.
Yeah, in its fandom, in its Arsenal fandom.
his Arsenal
Stack me up
fandom.
next to you, Canton, and see who's a bigger
I
fucking
will
fan.
fucking
my
wring
friend.
his neck. I swear to God, you absolute cretin, bro. When we used to have the Iceman and Thierry on, we used to do doubles and win shit and go invincible. And you're sitting there like you don't understand English. This is
Yeah.
the worst point that Arsenal has been in for God knows how long, bro.
Yeah, and you know what, Joe, what it is, views? Joe, what it is? My point was, it's the lowest I've felt, right?
Yeah.
No hope. Lowest
Yeah.
I've felt. And Igal started trying to name years where I've been supporting him. He said, 95, Bruce Rioch. I said, we had just signed Burkhardt, mate. It's probably one of my favourite years as an Arsenal fan. You cretin. For once, we weren't playing boring football. We had one of the best strikers in Europe, which we'd never had before. Ian Wright was, but he wasn't known as that. This was a world star. We'd never signed a world star before.
Right.
Of course, I was hopeful. And we finished 5th, you cretin. So don't question my fucking how I felt. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, what about 93? Because he said, what about the season when you lost 14 games? I said, and what season was that, mate? Click, 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 click. Oh, 93, when we won both cups. Oh, well, that's irrelevant, he says to me. That's irrelevant. Get the fuck out of my face. They moved the goalposts. And then he said to me later on, oh, you're the one that said this is the worst Arsenal have been in their history. And so I pumped the brakes there, dickhead. I said it's the lowest I felt. How have you changed it to that? He changed when I said, I said about Gabriel, he won't be fully fit. He changed that later on to I said Gabriel's going to break his leg. You know what I mean? This is what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? You're a liar.
You're absolutely right, though. You're absolutely right. And I can double that. And I speak to loads of people that can triple and fucking quadruple and do all of that shit, right? This is the worst that we have felt in a long time. Yes, we've challenged a couple of times your so-called challenge, and that's it. For us fans that know stuff, for us fans that have been to Wembley, that have been to parades, this ain't no good. After all this money spent, it don't even matter what club you are. It don't matter what club you are. If you spend 750, then you expect to win something, right? On any level. Oh no. But let's get the man buns out. We are the Shoreditch of football, innit? You know, Arsenal's next top model, season 6. Let's build vibes and culture. It's about the journey, guys, not the destination. Not for me, bro. I don't like the journey. I like the destination. You think I like having to get on a plane every time I want to go to somewhere hot and waiting in the airport for all that time? No, I like the destination. Yeah. Sorry, go on, bro.
No, I was agreeing with you. It's the worst part of it. It's the worst fucking part of it, man. Yeah, this is what they'll be saying shit like that. You know, that Norgard's this or a search and destroyer. He knows how to get over the line. What, a Danish Cup 8-9 years ago? Knows how to get over the line. He knows how to get over the line when he runs onto the pitch at the start of the match. That's about it, mate. That is about it. No more than that. And even then, his leg goes out from underneath him because he's become injury prone over the last few years. Seems like a good signing to me. Let Thomas Partey go. Get this guy. He was asking for 250 grand a week. Number one, you don't fucking know that, man. You don't know that. Check what a gal said. I've no idea what he said, mate. Fill me in in the chat if he said anything.
He says stuff for the reactions. You know what I mean? The same way Lee might say, "Oh, look, I'm just gonna go on Twitter and fucking rattle the rats and say, oh, like, what phase is this guy in?" He does the same thing, but just the polar opposite. That's it.
Big up Rapona. Yeah, that's it. Big up to Taron as well. Absolute legend, man. Come on, Taron. Absolute legend. Make sure you're subscribing to BBK. I know even before checking that the Legend Legends Vigilante will have put his channel in the chat, and of course he has. I just scrolled down and saw it. Capo says, views, this was Marvel Multiverse. They'll be Wipeout Thanos and the whole entire X-Men is feel disrespected that top pussy called mutants. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Disrespecting the X-Men, innit, out here, bro. That's what I'm saying. They're disrespecting the X-Men, bro. But
yeah,
here's where we are, man. Here is where we are.
Yeah, the X-Men were up to something. They were doing good around the world, man. They were doing good around the world. Big up to Kwame as well, man. Absolute legend in the house. Bing says, why do people need to label everybody? Just being an Arsenal fan means we want the team which reflects the club's history. We are not Arteta FC. Exactly. You know what I mean? These are the ones, like I said, they're the ones that have lowered the standards. They're the ones that seem to enjoy this. But it's the ones like Semiu and Zippy and all these lads that are in it for the journalistic reasons. They've never had it better. They have never had it better because I've said before, the modern world, especially the last few years, the social media world, everybody needs to be told multiple times a day that they're perfect, that everything's fine, that nothing's wrong, that, oh yeah, look, this is great. Oh yeah, really? You did 200 steps today. Wow, round of applause. Get the fuck out of my face, mate. You know what I mean? This is what the world's like. Everybody's getting a pat on the back for getting out of bed. And then they need to be told this the world's a big scary place. So when it comes to football terms, it's the same. Yeah, he's a workhorse. So it's the same thing in football when they support their club and they know it's turning to shit. And we give them facts like the wages and the unhappy players and Arteta's lack of man management skills and all that. Well, I don't want to hear that. That's negative. So they need to go into these channels and be told that everything's fine, and then they can they can go about their day, and then later on they need another hit and they'll get told by someone else that everything's great.
For the validation, but they always find themselves over here. Do you know one place that you probably will never ever find me is over there? Yeah, how about that? You're always over here though. Why are you always over here? You're not gonna find me over there. That's the once in a blue moon type of shit. Yeah. Because when I see Zippy and that not interested, AFTV not interested, yeah. But you always see them over here, and we're just Arsenal fans. That was a great point by Binks as well, because it kind of sums up the Arsenal fans as a whole. Like Lamar's song 50-50, been a long time, shouldn't have dissed me. Yeah, 50-50, bro. That's what we got in Arsenal's history and in Arsenal's fan base, because you got some that want to kind of follow we don't really win that much. Yeah, we won a little bit, but we're not really winners regular. And then you've got us that are like, well, hold on, we don't win all the time, but we have won before. Why are you acting like we ain't done it? We have been at the top of the mountain before. We want to get back there. So it's literally civil war, bro. Just get us at airport. Let's get our Iron Man costumes on. Like, it's ridiculous. And as you said, but all of the top people in the game, the people with all of the numbers, the people with all of the clout, the people that's getting invited to talk sport, all of this shit, they're the people that are the get-along gang. The Arteta does nothing wrong gang. You can't ever blame Arteta. I'm not having it. Don't blame my dad. Don't blame my uncle. I'm not having it. Blame the Cronkies. Do you know what I mean? But it's not the Cronkies that are on the sidelines when we've just equalized with Liverpool and we haven't won there since 2012 and you're putting on 2 fucking defenders, bro. That's not the Cronkies doing that, bro. It's not the Cronkies when, when our right back has got mash up ankle, mash up knees, can't play, and then you're putting our best defensive midfielder in there. That's not the Cronkies doing that. Yeah, it's not the Cronkies that have spent the 750. It's him.
Facts, absolute facts. What's his name? I can't really say your name, mate. I do apologize. Arsenal are cooking, but people don't see division because we haven't signed the big striker or left winger yet. Shane, he said this, lol. Feel bad for you Arsenal fans. What, me directly or just the bottom gooners?
I think that we'll get paint with the same brush. Big up Yuvraj. He comes onto my channel as well. Liverpool fan.
Yeah. No, whatever. He thought, Jesus, I don't. If a gal came out and said anything about me, it would not even fucking register, because I only get offended by the opinion of someone I respect, and I have zero respect for that man. So why would you get offended by someone's opinion if you don't respect them in any walk of life? You know what I mean? Don't ever let someone who you don't respect their opinion, if they say, oh, well, I don't like him, go, good, because if I don't like you and if you like me, then I'd be starting to think, Jesus, maybe we have something in common. Guys, I'll be hate watching this fucking club next season. Be laughing every time this manager fumbles. 20 years of fandom in the mud. Yeah, fandom. Yeah. There we go. Fandom. Riku says the 1966-67 season Manchester City finished 15. Next season they won the league. What phase was Joe Mercer in? Yeah, that used to happen back in the day. So Leeds got up. They got promoted to the old first division the last year of it. And the first season they were up, they won the fucking league, mate. What phase was Howard Wilkinson in? What phase was Eric Cantona in?
93, was it 93, 94 season when we did do I think the year before we finished like 12th or something, wasn't it? Like, who the fuck gave a shit? We just done the cup double, like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we finished 10th that season. And in a 42-game season, we only scored 40 goals. And Ian Wright got about 28 of them. You know what I mean? It gives a fuck. We did double in the cups, man. George Graham knew that we didn't have the squad or the legs for the league. Concentrated on the cups properly. Not like the gal said we concentrated on the Champions League at the end of last season. No, we didn't. I proved it to him. I showed the teams he picked. You and me were their views, doing watch-alongs, doing match reactions, going, why did he pick at first 11? He didn't. You're lying. Stop it. No, wait. I just showed it to you. Oh, well. Stop it anyway. Bertha gets us Rodrigo as a Jokeres. Then we'll be excited. Until then, this window is underwhelming. Too right, we feel the lowest since Arteta. Yeah, listen. But that's not happening, unfortunately. We might get Eze, and he will play out the wing, which is a disgrace. But I don't mind, because if he gets sacked next season, then a manager will come in and go, right, Eze, here you go, in your proper position.
Yeah.
But there's Rodrigo's never, ever going to happen. If he becomes available, if he does a press conference and says, "Yeah, look, I want to play in my proper position. I'm out of here," you can rest assured that City will be straight in for him, and that Bayern Munich will go, "Oh, Martinelli, no."
Martinelli, we couldn't get Nico Williams. Like, boom, like here's the money. Would 100%.
There's no way that Rodrigo will come to us. No way. And if he did, we'd have to pay him about 450 grand a week, and he'd just be sitting there like Robinho at City that time when he didn't want to be there, when he thought it was a different Manchester club. Mem Screamer says, "Big up Shane and Kyle. This isn't the same Arsenal that were under Wenger. They will never be the same to who I witnessed growing up, especially the players you're getting." Arsenal, they won with any cup. Listen, Mem Screamer, you're spot on. Did you watch Kyle's fucking passionate rant on Aaron's the other night? It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. He really, really, really it was just full of passion. And it was just, if these top gooners want to come in and say that we're negative, have a look at that, mate. He might have been given out, but the passion was there for all to see, man. For all to see. Yeah. These pricks don't know what winning trophies is. They don't, and they don't care. A lot of them get off on the fact of where we are because they get to be the super positive people and they get clicks and stuff out of it. And Miguel continues to do the same sort of videos. Canton does the same video. They all do the same positive bollocks, man. I saw one with fucking Gold Bitch coming out and going, Arsenal are in a great position. Why are Arsenal fans moaning? Why are they this? Why are they that? Get the fuck out of your face, mate. If your club was signing fucking Norgard and Kepa, you'd be throwing a fit. So
he does throw a fit on his own team. Terry does it the same. Arsenal is scary. Arsenal just won the league. They're all grifting off of our club.
Absolute grifters.
Off of our club.
We were beaten by the best. That's like they are just grifters, man.
Bro, fuck it.
Oh, man. Arteta's crap sign is making us feel as low since he joined. I hate Canton, the cretin. He chats rubbish. He's on the pay. Listen, he is on the payroll, but it's the lowest that we've been for so many reasons. You know what I mean? And it's the lowest I feel. I have no hope going into the season. No hope going into the season. And that's a horrible place to be in. And big up the Static. He says 44 likes. Come on, you cretins. There's over 100 in the house. Make sure you smash those likes up. Let's get the algorithm. Let's get the algorithm going. And make sure you're subbing the views as well if you don't already. And make sure that you're going over to his page if you're on mine and subbing over there, and hitting the likes over there as well. Do it on both because it builds it up. And big up to Maria's in the house as well. Big up Marie and Mike Adams saying to talk like you gal. Listen, Views does it better than me, Mike. Views does it better than me. He created. You want to know something?
Don't matter, bro. You gave it life, bro. Took it to the masses. You know what I mean? Took it to the masses, bro. And we created a monster. And like you said, because these guys never had no kickback before.
Nope.
Yeah. No one ever had. You just have to accept whatever's going on. Are we living in North Korea, people? You don't have to agree with everything. I don't agree with everything that my kids do. Does that mean I don't love them no more? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Yeah. Come on.
Absolute fact.
You want to know something? Like, stop supporting these guys. Stop giving them a fucking platform, bro, because they're ruining the club. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's exactly it, man. That's exactly it. Mem Screamer says a gal talks rubbish. His football knowledge is zero. He's lucky he's not from Holloway Road. He'd get bullied. I can guarantee you he got bullied as a kid. And that's, I'm just taking a guess. I'm taking a guess. He comes across as the type that would be bullying fodder. But that's why. That's when he got really annoyed on Leeds when I said your football knowledge is in the bin, mate. You don't have any. Yeah, that's when he got really annoyed because you're losing your composure. You're losing your composure. No, I'm not, mate. I just don't like being put in a position where I'm meant to have a football debate with someone who knows nothing about football. Why am I having a football debate with someone who knows nothing about football? It's insulting.
Get your bag, Bubbles. He's losing his composure.
Tito, I need a tissue. Get me a tissue, Tito.
When he comes on lives and says, I'm not having it. You're all talking shit. You're all lying on this. You're all lying on that. Who's losing composure, bro? You're coming on talking to legends.
Yeah. Firing. You're coming on firing.
Come on, bro.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. Semi who makes me laugh. Yeah. Arsenal says these guys are so stupid. Arsenal hasn't won a league for 21 years and they're calling out Shane for saying it. Yeah, listen. That's what we get here, man. That's what we get. We just hand out facts and they go, oh no, it's never been better than it has been now under Arteta. Get the fuck out of my face.
Oh, you got entertained. No, I'm fucking not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Anyway, football shit. Players
It's
are ruined. Squad's thin. Wage budget's inflated.
You never throw the
I
sink
was,
at
I was
it.
going
You
through,
never.
I was going through the. Yeah, never throw the sink at it. No plan B. You don't use
Nothing.
the young players. We have a golden generation coming through. I went through Newcastle's payroll this morning. Bruno G and Tonali's wages combined are the same as Havertz.
Alone. That's a great point. And I'm just going to say this one thing. If someone wants to you take us from the depths of hell, we had Mustafi, what? Because he wore a do-rag. You didn't you're really acting like we had crash test dummies or something. If you look at the wage bill then to what the wage bill is now, dot. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And I've always said it as well that we had Aubameyang and Ozil on crazy wage. Okay, I get that. We did. But now our two highest paid players are Jesus and Havertz. They're the ones on crazy wage. I'd rather have a World Cup winner and a Golden Boot winner on crazy wage than a donkey and Mr. Glass.
Do
You know what I mean? He is Mr. Glass from fucking Unbreakable, man.
I love it. I love it.
You only have to bump off him and his hip shatters. Like, you know what I mean? He's got no bone
California
marrow.
that as well. Yeah. If you have to, if
Yeah.
you have to turn too quick, he just crumples. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just collapses in a heap like fucking Peter Griffin when he gets no bones in that Halloween episode.
Just hit the ground. You know what I mean? Out of nowhere.
Big up to Alvin. He says, quote Nigal. He quoted on a Fabrizio tweet on Mosquito. Arsenal are cooking, but people don't see the vision. No, mate, you don't see the vision, mate. You don't see the vision. You're making it up in your head. He had never heard of this guy, let alone hadn't seen him play. Let alone had he not seen him play. He didn't even know he existed until there was rumors. And now he's talking about him like he's the dog's bollocks. He has no clue, man. It's okay. I haven't covered this Mosquito guy because I don't know enough about him. Having said that, I've seen him more than he has, and I knew he existed, but I still don't feel like I'm in an authority to talk about him. So I've gone, okay.
Seen him. Yeah, I've
so
not
we
even
don't
seen
talk
him.
about him.
So
we
I
don't
don't
talk about him with
about
authority.
it.
He's
That's
reading from a script. He's going onto Wikipedia, which I will actually do. I'm going to go back and check his video about it and then go onto Wikipedia and see if it matches up with the, when they have player attributes. I'll find the player. I'll type in what he says actually, and I bet you it'll come up with a report on
Chat GPT or something. Yeah.
Conte won the league in his first season at Chelsea after they finished 10th the season before. 10th. Yeah. And he went in and he said, right, I won't play my usual 3-4-3 because it's England. We spanked them 3-0. And he went, fuck this, I'm doing it. And he got a song out of Victor fucking Moses, man. Victor Moses.
Great mind. Look at that adaptability, people.
Adaptability.
Not being
stubborn. He got a song out of fucking Victor Moses, people. He was getting in the England team around that time. Getting England call-ups. That's a real manager. Eddie Howe has Jacob Murphy on 35 grand a week, man. 35 grand a week. And he was balling out last season. I would have considered him a championship winger before that. And he was dangerous last season. He knows he's not good enough to carry him. He's going to try and sign a Langer or something like that. But he played out. He kept fucking Almiron out of the team.
Of course.
Got a song out of him. Isak was a risk.
Isak was a risk. Joe Linton. Look what happens when he changes someone's position. Now they're a world beater in that position,
That midfield tree, a lot of people who consider that the best around. A lot of people who consider that the best around. Yes. Right? And all of their wages combined, all three of them, they're 150 grand more than Havertz. All three combined. So all three combined actually are Havertz and Zinchenko's wages.
That is crazy. Crazy work. Dying on this hill. And people say he's brought us from the depths of hell. If anything, we are worse, guys.
Yeah.
We are worse because we're a little bit further up the league. We still ain't winning nothing. And we're just wasting when it's good business and all the money we're saving. Why are you all money conscious now when we've had a hole in the bucket for years? For 5 years, we've had a hole in the bucket. Yeah? I don't even know the words of the fucking song, or I'd sing it. Hole in the bucket, Delilah, or whatever the fuck it is. We've got a hole in the bucket for 5 years. We ain't even got world-class players. Now, all of a sudden, we've got holes to fill. Why have we got holes to fill? City don't have holes to fill. Their team started to fall off a cliff, and they just rebuilt it in 6 months. But it's so hard. Only when it's Arsenal is business hard. And that fucking little nasally prick, Tom Wanken, talking about doing our business early. How have we done our business early? Weren't it Man United? Weren't it City out the traps? Weren't it Liverpool out the traps? Even Chelsea. Have we actually confirmed any signings yet, Shane?
I haven't seen any. I've seen an AI picture of Zubimendi. I've seen AI pictures.
I've seen medical dates. I've seen here we goes for verbals. I ain't actually seen nothing confirmed, bro. Chelsea just got Gittins. Or Chelsea is just, they're just about to get Gittins. And we're talking about taking their rejects. Why are they not coming in and taking Kivior from us, bro? Or Zinchenko or or Butler Oyedeji. Why are they not doing that? Because
Yeah.
we're the dustbin men around here. That's
Yeah.
us. We're the cookie monster, bro. The grouch in the dustbin. That's us. The dustbin raiders, like the fucking African raccoon, the panty sniffer. That is us.
The African raccooner.
There you go. There you go. Big up Aaron in the chat.
Oh, Aaron's in the chat. Is he right? Is he?
Yes,
see
he
him.
is.
Sorry.
Big
Oh,
up
there he
him.
is. Big up, boys. Big up, Aaron. Absolute legend in the house. If you want to come on, man, let me know. Well, probably won't be too much longer, but let me know if you want to come on. John Cleary says, Shane, you need to do a mutant of the season award show, but actually get a little trophy made up and send it to the winner. Yeah, I'll get a dildo or something like that, man, and then you use that for them. But I do have the Top Gooner League, man. I do have the Top Gooner League. The problem with this, though, Pavitt Attenborough, he's not putting anything up. He's not putting up any content. It's hard to.
No way.
He's not putting up
'Cause
anything
he
new.
knows. I think he knows. that.
He's not putting up anything new. Mutant channel, of course, up there. But yeah, we do have the Top Gooner League, mate. We do have the Top Gooner League, which we're meant to. I keep forgetting. We're meant to do that today. We're meant to do that today. Fuck's sake.
No.
We're meant to do that today. We'll have to do it tomorrow morning. I forgot again. We'll have to do it tomorrow morning. I'll have to come up with the 4 videos that we need. Shane, it's called Sewer Mutants, Capo says. We'll have to come up with it tomorrow morning. We'll go through the Top Gooner League. We will go through the Top Gooner League. Don't you worry. But big up to Rich as well, man. Another legend in the house. Big up to Dio. Another legend. Big up to Yomi. He says, Arteta needs, Arteta made us compete again. Wenger under massive pressure where everyone turned on him, won 3 FA Cups in 5 seasons. Yeah. And he was having to sell his best players. He was having to sell his best players. He was, Ten Hag won 2 cups and while they were a disgrace. And Henry brought that up and got absolute pelters off the Top Gooners, man. After when Wenger was hounded. But yeah, he was absolutely hounded. Treated like shit, man. Treated like absolute shit. Big up to North Bank. He's the same guy who ripped up contracts. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? This guy ripped up contracts. He ripped up Aubameyang's contract. Made it public that we didn't want them. Made it public with all the cameras in front of him.
They were doing high five, Shane. Yeah.
Crazy. Made
Shane,
it public that he didn't want.
How many players, and it's not even just Arteta's history, but I'll ask that first, have we let go free in Arteta's history? Then look at how many we've let go free in Arsenal's history. We are Ronald McDonald at fucking business. This is why Chelsea can spend $1 billion and keep spending, because they're going to sell fucking Drewsbury Hall. Don't even know who the fuck that guy is for 30-40 million. How much would they sell Madueke for? To us, by the way. Our biggest is Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's our biggest player sold still.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not asking for wine from Bert. You come in, I've given you a bottle of water. I'm not asking you to turn it into wine. I'm just asking for competence. Where is it, bro? Where the fuck is the competence? No one tell me that this is a great period that we're in. Eric Ten Hag is dunking all over Arteta. Eddie Howe, Glasner, everybody is dunking on this guy. Everyone.
Yeah.
They don't need projects. They don't need time. They don't need phases. We were beaten by the best. This guy's been playing the long con, can't even talk, for the longest time.
Yeah.
The longest time. Remember that thing, Hustle, that used to come on BBC, bro? The long con. That's what's been going on, bro. Arteta and his whole team. Money laundering and human trafficking.
Facts. And Lockman says, so you guys, this is the same thing you hear all the time. So you guys think Spurs had a better season just because they won a cup? Yeah, they did.
Yes.
Simple as that. That's the simple answer. Yes, of course they did. Of course they did, mate. It's not even a question. It's not even a question.
Did they just win the cup or did they make Champions League as well? Huh?
Yeah. So we got one thing. We got Champions League. They got a trophy, a European trophy. The proud, you might think, oh, Europa League. That used to be the UEFA Cup, by the way. That used to be the UEFA Cup. Although I had a back and forth with a top gooner who thought the UEFA Cup became the fucking Champions League and that the European Cup became, your argument's over. The UEFA Cup is being won by Bayern Munich, Barcelona's, Real Madrid's. It's being won by the giants of European football. It's massive.
European Cup? Was it their 4th or 5th European Cup for Spurs?
Oh, Spurs, yeah, they've surpassed us. They surpassed us. And if they win the Super, if they win the fucking Super Cup, we're done.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
So they've had a better season. They're fucking winning. And they're in the Champions League, you donut. Arteta should have been sacked the moment they won that cup.
Yeah. And they had proper. People say we had more injuries. I've said it before. 3 of their back 4 and their keeper was out for several months at the same time. If we had just lost Raya for 3 or 4 months, we were done. We would have had Norbert Neto and goals flopping around, trying to save the ball outside the box. Trying to flop around like the flip-flops. Here he is outside the box here.
You better get your bitch ass over there.
You better get your bitch up. This is what this guy looking like in the chat, trying to back it with nothing to back. They lost 20 games last year, and they still had a better season than us. They're still winning.
Yeah, they won. And they go again next season with the trophy. With the trophy. They've got the medal. And now they can make their signings, get their players fit, and build on that. Oh, it proves trophies. That's what the gal said. It proves that trophies mean nothing because they sacked their manager. They sacked Ange because they got a fucking taste for it, mate. And they knew that he couldn't take them further. That is the winning mentality. We applaud Madrid for doing that. We applaud Madrid.
That's what I'm trying to say,
they sacked Capello after they won the league, but the football wasn't good enough. They could see he wasn't taking it forward.
It's not FIFA.
Winning mentality.
It fucking is. It is FIFA. Because look at Madrid, Bayern, Chelsea. Chelsea wouldn't even have been big if they don't spend money. The same as City, the same as United, the same as Liverpool. It is FIFA, for fuck's sake. Who cares how many games that they won or lost in the Premier League when we both got Champions League and they've got a major European trophy? They actually got into the Champions League the right way. They won something to get into it. What have we done? We just about rocked up. Like you say all the time, Shane, give us a couple of more weeks. We wouldn't even have finished second. And then what would you have said? Oh, second. Man United got to a final and lost. And they've got more in their hand to hold and show for this season than what we have. What are you talking about? This is the problem. When we've got fans talking like trophies are not important, we've lost it. We're done. It's finished. Yeah. Are we doing?
Are we playing
football for fitness? Yeah, look, for attackers.
This is the one we get. This is the one we always get. Number one, one of the major reasons that Ange got sacked was because of the injuries. That was one of the major reasons he got sacked, because he was running the players into the ground. All of those injuries came from our manager, mate. All of those injuries came from our manager. These fuckers that try and use things to defend this manager are the reasons I want him sacked. We had a thin squad. His fault. We had loads of injuries. His fault. As Views has said before, and it's absolutely spot on, we weren't unlucky with injuries last season, mate. We got lucky the previous 2 years. He runs these players into the ground. He brings them back when they're injured. Go read the Timber interview. You won't melt if you read it. I know the Top Gooners will tell you that. Go read it. Have a little look. See what this manager does. See what he does to players. He caused these injuries, just like Ange caused the Tottenham ones. He ran them into the ground, and he got sacked for it. We get praised for it. He uses it as an excuse. That's not an excuse. He caused them. He caused these injuries. He bought the tin squad. And on top of that, the other one, oh, the refs are against us. The refs are against us. He caused all those red cards himself with his stupid dark arts bollocks. He has players take 2 minutes over a throw, take 2 minutes over a corner, kick the ball away when you can, do whatever you can. Here's a news flash for you and Arteta and anybody who breaks the rules on a regular basis. If you break the rules on the regular basis, sometimes you get caught, mate, and you get punished. Sometimes you get caught and you get punished. There you go. Exactly. Next. So there is a little X up in the corner. Hit it and fucking hit the bricks while you're at it. Absolute bollocks, mate. Absolute bollocks. There's nothing you won't do to defend. Nothing is
what they do. They just defend the manager. Even one of his other comments, I can't even fucking see it now. Hold on, I'm going to get to it right now. His other comments, he said, hold on. He said, if we suck last season, I'm with you, boys. But if we win the league or the CL, you guys need to eat some Arteta humble pie.
Brilliant.
Has he got your last name? Is he your dad? Because I don't understand.
Why is he referring to Arteta? Why is he referring to
and not Arsenal? Yeah. And hold on, Shane. Before we even go down that road, what's with all the ifs and the buts and the make-up situations? Because let me tell you something that's a fact. We didn't win the Champions League. So all of us that said he's going to fuck us up, he ain't going to get us across the line, we're right. Where's the humble pie for us?
Yeah, so we were right. Where's the humble pie for us?
Where is it? Because at the moment, I'm right. We didn't win fuck all. He hasn't got us across the line. We haven't bought any marquee players. We've moved slow in the transfer market. We're trying to budget again and not spend anything. Yeah, showing no ambition. So I'm right. As of right now, 2025, it's me. Where's my apologies? Where's the humble pie?
But they tried to tell us we're wrong still. They're still trying to tell us we're wrong, even though we've just been proved right. And Spurs lost 20 games last year. That's a fact. Did they lose the final of the Europa League? Did they lose the final of the Europa League? No, they won when it mattered. They won when it mattered. Did they draw 14 games? Did they throw away 10 leads? No, we threw away more leads than them. We threw away. So mentality monsters, man. Mentality monsters.
But we beat Real Madrid, though, Shane. We beat
Oh,
Real
we beat
Madrid.
Madrid in the quarterfinals. Sorry.
We're still waiting
That's
for our
better.
trophy to turn
That's
up.
better than
Sorry.
winning the Europa League, which I did hear a top gooner say that's better than winning the league because it's a harder competition. Absolute clowns, man. You and all the other fuckers have lowered our standards to the fucking bin, mate. To the bin. You have put us in the bin. And that is why we are accepting mediocrity. That's why we're signing Norgard. And that's why we're signing Kepa. And that's why we're signing all these rejects, because that's the standard that you have put us at. So you can't get mad. That's why you have to big up these goons. That's why you have to say, oh, Norgard's a great line breaker, and Zubamendi, he's gonna change the game, and he's the second best signing of the summer, according to the Walrus.
Martinelli.
Absolute. You have lowered our standards. So you can't get mad when we get Norgard. That's why you have to dress it up. That's why you have to pretend like it's a good thing. That's why you're like a partner that gets beaten around. And I'm not promoting domestic abuse, but it's just an analogy. Yous are like that, where the friends take her aside and say, "Why do you stay with him?" And she's got a black eye. And she goes, "Well, you don't really know. You don't really know him. He's great.
He's lovely when you don't drink."
Yeah, great with the kids. Trying to find any excuse to dress up tragedy. Eddie, yeah, look, the injuries caused by Arteta. Come on, Hendo. Overusing, overexerting his players. This is all on Arteta. Thank you. Real chat, man. Real chat. I'll talk, every so often a mutant slips under the fence, but you know what I mean. I have my marksman there to pop him off, even if we don't see it. Come on, the boys and the girls in there, absolutely doing it. You don't get anything for finishing second. Yeah, there's only one time in life where that's a benefit, man, and that's in marriage. No other time in life, man.
Exactly.
4 attackers injured and 4 attackers that kept them rotated were let go. Exactly. But Theo, he let go of 4 attacking players and replaced them with fucking Sterling, man.
And this is
that wasn't on the board.
This is what I'm trying to say. And the same thing is happening. Only just we know what you did last summer. You can't hide from it. You did the same thing that you're doing now. You're getting rid of players, that could have helped us, and you're bringing in trash. You did it last summer. Like I said, so as you were today's, I'm today's years old, because I'm right today. As of today, the 29th of June, we are right. Where is our apologies? What has he won? Next season, FC, big up Capo. That's why you've got people like Patrice Evra calling us Netflix FC. That's why we're the biggest laughing stock in football, bro. Why is that? Because everything is right. Everything's been working, right? No. Come on, man. Give your head a
I have to play it for him, people. I have to play it for him. He's in the house. If you're still in the house, Lachlan, this is for you, my man. Big up to Michelle in the house as well, man. Absolute legend. Big up to Capo. He says, Glasner, Emery, Eddie Howe, Pep, Slot, all better than Arteta, CV-wise and tactics-wise. So why are we keeping this man? Made us Adams 22 FC. Adam 22 FC. I don't understand it either. I don't understand that there's so many managers that are out there in their hundreds. There'll be hundreds of them that are better than him. He will not get a big job after this. He's going to be found out, and he definitely won't get 15 million a year, man. He is desperate to keep that job because his missus has gotten used to a certain way of living, man. A certain way of living, and it does not involve going from 15 million to 3 million a year. It does not involve that, man. No. You won't be getting those beach holidays anymore. Maresca saved James from injury for months. Yeah, Neto too. Last season, even with third choice keeper was injured. Yeah, listen, some managers are able to do it. Some managers are able to make a whole squad feel like they're part of it. Arteta has his 11 and everybody else is out. Frozen out. Tierney, frozen out.
Maresca, yeah, exactly. Tierney gone again. World class Scotland's number one left back gone. Partey gone. We've got players leaving again and we're not even bringing in enough. None of these guys are confirmed, like I keep saying, right? And even Maresca come up from the Championship and still knows how to minute manage. Still knows still knows how to rotate the squad. You got to remember, Chelsea's goals this season was to get into Champions League positions, big up Vincenzo, and we're in a competition we didn't want to be in it, but win it. And guess what? He did it. Don't give me no if buts. Don't give me no maybes. How about we might even talk about eating Arteta pie when he actually does something? When's he gonna do it? Half a decade, we're still waiting. Ifs and buts. What gives you all the confidence to follow blindly? Because, like I said, there's no tangible evidence. Nothing. It's just the
Yep.
feeling in your tummy, the feeling in your
Yeah,
tummy. guys.
the goosebumps,
Oh, it is.
guys,
You know what I mean?
guys, and the feeling in the tummy, guys. Riku says he meant to say next season if you saw. Yeah, I get that, but still, you know what I mean? They're going to say that every year. They're going to say that every year. They're going to say that every single year. I heard an equivalent to that with, I think it was on Dan's, and someone, I can't remember his name, was saying, oh yeah, but if we win the league next season, then are you wrong for wanting Arteta out? And it was like, I was thinking, no, because you could say that for eternity. You could say that for eternity without winning anything. And then on the 15th year, you win something and you go, so were you wrong? And you go, no.
So
because
you
in
guys
all
were
that
wrong.
time, we could have won more. We could have won 3 leagues. We could have won cups. Absolutely. There's no basis to that argument. None.
They fancy the guy, bro. There's no other logical explanation anymore. Even this season, you only had a half decent run in a cup competition in the champs, and when the heat really was on, you fucking crumbled. You did what we all knew you was gonna do. So we're right all the time. We've been right for most of the season. Where are you? Where's all the apologies? Do you know what I'm saying? Except for making excuses. All of these top gooners, even the players. Saka came out at the start of last season and said we're expecting to win the league. Everyone was saying that. Top gooners and their mum. If you don't win a major this season, he's gone. Oh, but here comes the goalpost with the little built-in wheels because they're forever on the move, bruv. Forever on the move. And now this guy's talking about next season. We've just gone half a decade, and the guy can't cross the line.
Yeah, and we've gotten worse, Hughes. We're much worse than we were in 22-23. We've gotten worse since 22-23, by the way. We've gotten worse since 20. We were electric in 22-23.
Yeah,
the season,
less goals, less points.
Yeah, less goals. And just look at Regression FC. Go on to Aaron's channel. Look at Regression FC. We've gotten worse over the last 3 years, and it's going to be. And this, if you think that the drop has been a small slant, it's going to go off a cliff next season. Off a cliff next season. Yeah. And I'm just sorry, I forgot. Cheers, Yomi. I forgot that we won the XG. We won the Champions League based on XG. My fault. Sorry, I forgot, man. Doesn't Arteta have one of the best winnings percentages of an Arsenal manager? Trophy-wise, no, he doesn't, mate. No, he doesn't. Absolute bollocks. Emery had a longer winning run than Arteta's had in his 6 years. In his 1 year. He had a longer winning run, mate. You dress up all these people all you want.
These are the same people that's going to tell you Sesko scored 100+ goals. These are the same people that's going to tell you about, Odegaard's percentages last year when he was absolutely rotten. Like, it's like you wake up, and the big up Normski is like you literally wake up in the mid, like when you open your eyes, all you see is 0s and 9s. Do you not know? Does your eyes not work? All they can do is come up with numbers, bro. That's all they can do. Did we win the Champions League on XG? Is that what it looked like to you? Because when I was watching the final, I didn't see Arsenal nowhere near it, bro. I saw Dembele posing with the big ears. Not no one from our club. Fucking,
I'm telling you, man.
Field tilt and that. You get a grip, bro.
Field tilt. Get the fuck out of your face with your field tilt.
I put it up just quickly, just to remind them. I still haven't even got it refined. Yeah, all of the excuses are here, bro. The top gooner bingo, bro, and we will be launching this soon as well. It's been a bit mad. We've had deaths in the family and that. It's been a bit mad, but it's all on here, bro.
You probably find all options on there as well, will you? What he said. So, look where he's taking us from. I think he used that. Look where he's taking us from.
We're competing again. The refs are against us. You just don't get our
injuries. He had injuries in there as well. XG. He didn't use the XG.
XG says we won through. Yeah, so that's basically, we won. He's building a culture. We dominated possession. Like, bro, we didn't win.
Yeah.
Like, I'm lost for words.
The vibes where he took us from. The vibes people.
Yeah, look, the vibes are immaculate. Odegaard masterclass with 0 assists. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Like, it needs to get
big up the Lion Text. Sorry, man. Big up the Lion Text, man. Absolute legend. Absolute legend in there.
It's not done. It's a prototype. You know what I mean? We're still working on it. But we are going to be launching this very, very soon, guys. Very, very soon. I won't even talk. We're just going to put on clips. We're going to hear their justifications. And we're going to get full houses on Top Gooner Bingo every single time.
Facts.
Just nothing but excuses and non-accountability. And I don't know what it is, but all of these guys that are like this, right? They literally look like they should be in Arkham Asylum, bro. Literally every single one of them, bro. Every single one of them just look like, we got the B-Tech Jesus in Christian. You got the Sugar Monster in Marty McFly. You know, why is every dickhead called Martin? That's my name, by the way, people. Do you
Yeah,
know what I'm
no,
saying?
yeah,
So
I feel for you.
make it
I
that,
feel
make,
for you.
make it that what you will. You know what I mean? You got the African panty sniffer, bro. You've got money penny. You know what I'm saying? You got leave the geezer alone. Like all of these, what they've all come from Arkham Asylum. All of them. You've got the walking walrus. If you never knew that walruses can walk and talk, you're looking at one every day on AFTV, bro. Like the gum to teeth ratio is abysmal. And we got these people talking about my club.
He's going on about the budget and stuff now. Sorry. It'd be better about winning if we had Salah, right, or sign a striker. He has had 5 years to sign a striker, mate. And we have a player with the potential of Salah in Saka, but he makes him track back 24/7. If we had Salah last season, he would have done his hamstring. And that is a guarantee he would have done his hamstring. He would have spent more time tracking back than anything else. The absolute drivel these people come out with. The absolute drivel. He's in with this as well, man. Look at this. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Oh no! look again, right? Enrique is a great manager, but it helps to have PSG budget and sign a winger in January. Why didn't we sign? Arteta's had the budget, man. He has spent more than Enrique. He spent more than him. Why? What planet are you living on? He has spent more than him.
Exactly.
How much money can they give this guy? They offered him a striker in the summer. Gone. I want Sesko. Sesko wants to stay. Sesko wants to stay. Okay, what do you want to do with the money then? Get me Marino and get me Calafiori. He could have signed a striker. No one's putting a gun to his head, mate, and making him sign these absolute scrubs. And before you go, oh yeah, it's the board. He has final say on transfers. From the horse's mouth itself. He has said that he has final say.
Big facts. Kvaratskhelia, market opportunity. Marmoush, market opportunity. Vitinha, market opportunity. But you come back with fucking Fabio Vieira. You come back with Marquinhos after look. Like who is in our club, bro? It's like you've got Stevie Wonder, you've got Ray Charles, all working in the fucking talent ID department, bro. Because it stinks. Isaac, but we got Eddie Nketiah, and then they want to try and turn the argument back on you for Yesko. Oh, but we don't want to make another mistake like Isaac. Hold on, I watched Isaac, I watched him, I watched Sesko. They're not the same. But this is what you want to try and do. Oh, but you wouldn't say that if we got Gyökeres and but it's all the ifs and ifs. When are we gonna do? Maybe I wouldn't say it because maybe we would have actually done something that we should should have done years ago. Maybe we showed some ambition for once. It's all this if, but we never do we? We never do. Oh, what if they win next season? What if? Well, if I had a family, I'd be a girl, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. This is some bullshit, bro. We have got more right to complain because what have we seen? Have we seen anything changing? Oh, but we've just got a new sporting director, and what has he been able to do, bro?
He's been handcuffed. No top attacking players want to come to us, by the way. No top attacking players want to play under this manager. As Michelle Ellis, always spitting facts, by the way, says he wants Sesko because he can use he's young. That is exactly it. It's all about protecting himself. Every decision he makes is about protecting himself. It's why he risked full teams in the league when we were out of the league. We couldn't win it. He played a full team in between Madrid games, in between PSG games. We lost Gabriel right before the Madrid game because he played at home to Fulham. Timber went down twice in that game, injured. He didn't need to play a full team, but he wanted to finish second. So you mutants could go, we finished second and we got semi-final. He's not an idiot. He is a smart guy, man. He is a smart guy and he knows exactly what he's doing. He wants to feed you mutants. I won't even call you a mutant, mate, because you come in and you have been respectful. I take that back, all right? I won't call you a mutant. But the other mutants, you've come in and you're being respectful enough. You're just making your point, and I apologize for calling you a mutant. But he knows to feed you guys with this, right? He knows to give you, most goals in the calendar year, most points in the calendar year, or percentage, the top 6 cup, and all this stuff. And you get caught up in it, and it's fair enough. You're looking for things to defend him with. He gives them to you. He feeds them to you in press conferences and stuff like that. And this is exactly what Michelle Ellis is saying. He wants Sesko because if Sesko doesn't hit the ground running, he can say, well, he's young. He needs time to adapt. And also, he wants to be able to play Havertz. He wants to be able to play Havertz.
Him Yesko. He's Yesko now. That's what he wants. Yesko. Yeah. Yes, man. Yesko. That's what he wants. This is a massive mistake again. Us not going to get Gyökeres. He's basically twerking for us, bruv. Just go and pay the fucking money. It's going to be a massive mistake again. And that's why I believe that Bert has got no power at this club, bro. And now I'm looking at you sideways, like you just come to make some money as well, because you're not. Where's the competence? Buy players for the club now, not players that this guy wants. Yesko. That's a mistake. I'm telling you, it's a mistake. Even if he does all right, it's still a mistake. You fucked up with Vitina. You fucked up with Kvaratskhelia. You fucked up with Marmoush. You keep fucking up. Even Cherki, 35 million euros.
Yeah.
And Cherki don't play for Arsenal. Like, who works at our club?
Yeah.
Even Chelsea, I don't even know too much about this Gittins guy, yeah, but I'm just saying, even they are going to do better moves than, and we're going to take your rejects. Chelsea will get Gittins, but we will get Madueke, bro. This guy's coming. You're not Montgomery, but you're Smithers, bro. And until I see anything big, then you're gonna hold that title forever.
Absolute facts. And Rico has a great point here. But by the way, the legend that is Aaron should be joining soon to have a little chat. But Rico says there have been 9 managers in Arsenal's history that have won something. Wenger with 10, George Graham with 6, Chapman, Whittaker, Allison with 3, Bertie Mee with 2, and Arteta, Shaw, Neil with 1. And none of them have been given the money that this guy has. Absolutely none of them have been backed the way this guy has. And I include Wenger in that. Never been backed the way this guy has. And he just brings failure after failure. It is, as Lee would say, it is jarring, man, trying to fucking understand it, man. Do you ever listen to us go one ear out the other? They don't, unfortunately, but they could say the same about us. You know what I mean? They could say the same about us because we just bat away their points and we see them as being ridiculous. Maybe they see us as being ridiculous. I don't know. You know what I mean? Hughes has said that before, that they see us as being crazy and us as being mutants. And big up Aaron. I've added him there, but he's probably just getting some shit ready. Big up to Mr. Robbo. Make sure you're going up to Mr. Robbo and subbing as well, man. He's out there spitting facts. He says, as long as we hold our hands together, we could win with the power of love and positivity. Speaking of that, I was on with Lion Text last night. And I keep saying that if Arteta goes, we have to do a 24-hour stream, right? But I was saying what we should do is gather all of us in a group on WhatsApp or whatever, and we all do 2 hours each, right? And pass it off, hands around the world, you know what I mean? So we do a 24-hour stream. And if we get like BBK and Maddie and stuff, then they can do it at the times when we're in bed and pass it all the way like a baton. We'd only need 12 of us to do it, man. 12 of us to do a 24-hour stream celebrating. So everybody around the world can celebrate Arteta getting sacked. Bro. Come on, heal the world, make it a better place.
I'm telling you, bro.
You and for me and the entire human race.
I don't know the words, but I'm saying, bro.
Yeah. Go on. You know you're lying. That's not the words, but that's a Seagal saying that. Stop it, you're lying.
Big up Tony as well, man.
Big up to Tony as well, of course. Sorry, man. I skipped right by you there, Tony. Don't worry about it. Big up to Tony, man. Absolute legend. Big up to Jimbo as well, man. Leave King Mo alone. The Phoenix says, Lachlan, stick to comedy football. It's not your strong suit. Arsenal spent 750 million, which even Real Madrid has spent less. Isak is a million times better than Havertz. Shame Arteta didn't realise that. Yeah. And Isak is on like 130 grand a week. Yes, he will get a bumper deal. But as I said earlier, Tonali and Bruno G, wages combined are the same as Havertz, man. Tonali and Bruno G are the same as Havertz. Big up, Aaron, my man. What's the story, dude? How's the head today?
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, not too bad. But I've had better mornings. The kids have been driving me fucking mad, honestly. We've had some of the neighbours round. We've got like a swimming pool out there. Nothing fancy, do you know what I mean? But yeah, we've had like the whole fucking neighbourhood round, man. And they've just been terrorising me all day. I've just been sat on the sofa. What can you do? But other than that, all good, man. What we having a little talk about? Because I want to chip in with some of me bits.
We have a guy Lachlan in who's trying to put up for. He started off with the whole so Spurs had a better season than us, because they won a cup, and we said yes, we did, and then he just hit us with the injuries. He hit us with the he's not being backed by the board and the usual bollocks.
Unprecedented.
Unprecedented injuries. Yeah, because we mentioned Spurs injuries that they had 3 defenders and a keeper out at the same time for 3 months, and then we said one of the big reasons that the board apparently at Spurs sacked Ange just because of the injuries. That was a big part of it, because he's running the players into the ground, but we put up with it. So they have bigger standards than us. They won a European trophy, which we haven't done, and we were basically just mudding them, mudding him and all of them. We were mudding him and all of them, but we did open with this. I don't know if you've seen that this guy is being. He's on a free at the end of the season. He said he's leaving Everton. He said
Yeah,
he's
I think
leaving
it's
Everton. And we were just saying, would you be shocked if he rocked up in an Arsenal jersey in a couple of days? He is an Arteta player, man. He is an Arteta player. Let's get it right.
And it's
Market
an Arteta
opportunity?
signing, isn't it? Yeah.
Is it
Well,
a
it
market
wouldn't surprise
opportunity,
you.
Aaron?
Do you know what? Yeah, obviously we're only joking about it, but like there is a reality. I wouldn't be too surprised to see come true if we do sort of piss around with this Gyökeres and this Sesko deals. We actually do end up with someone like that. Like it wouldn't surprise me. I don't think it will
Wouldn't
happen. I
surprise
think we will get a striker, but
We'll get
it
Sesko.
really wouldn't surprise me if the skirt was rocking up at the Emirates, man. I mean, that is no good. As if we needed any more zestiness in this whole entire fan base, and he comes in. Do you know what I mean? Wearing skirts and all of that as a schoolgirl. We just don't need that. We just need that to stay away from us as far as we can.
That's
No
what
way.
that's what we're building towards, though, bro. Shoreditch, man buns, vibes and culture, journey,
Yeah.
no
Ponytails and that.
destination. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's where we're working towards, my bro. It's absolutely ridiculous. But you're right. We're joking, but we have to laugh or we'll cry because we have to take it seriously as Arsenal fans. You can't hear Nkunku or Madueke and just laugh it out. You can't. And that's the problem.
Mad away.
Every other fan, Man United will probably hear that and they will probably laugh about it. But we can't. So how does that make you feel, Arsenal fans?
Yeah.
Madueke will come. I'm almost certain Madueke will come. I think he will be brought in either on loan or we'll sign him or Garnacho. Him or Garnacho will be the one, and we can just add him on to the
No, this should be an Olympic sport, bro. Wow.
Hey, that is the
We are-
perfect. Bro,
we are the
perfect,
Chelsea
bro.
dump truck, man. They'll have to make it longer because we're going to need another one for Kepa. We're going to need, you know what I
Our
mean?
whole team. We
But,
got a whole
yeah.
team of rejects, yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Waffle says, Shane, Tony needs three subs to hit 1K. Go on, there's
Yeah.
three of his minimum in
Hammers
here.
yeah.
team
That
we
go over
lost
there.
it.
Let's have him. Let's have him
What do you
up.
got there?
Let's have him up over.
He's
a-
free
a
off for
thousand.
1K. Let's get Hammers football to 1K.
Come on,
bro.
Vegans.
And it's not like we're asking it to sub to someone who knows jack shit. I wouldn't do that. If it was someone that I didn't respect, I wouldn't say it. It's someone that I respect, so get him in. Get him up there. Get him to 1,000 because 1,000's a big one, man. 1,000 is a big one. I think I'm only a few away from 1,200 as well, but I'm pretty sure that
Let's
people in there.
go.
So, but if you don't, you fucking should be. If you don't, you should be.
You definitely should be.
Tierney gone on a free because Tesco bag wasn't fashionable. Yeah. The Dominic Calvert-Lewin comes in. Yeah, with handbag and skirt. We might sign him for that, actually. Did you ever see that picture
No.
of Dominic Calvert-Lewin on the cover of Esquire or something like that, man? Mad.
No.
Madness. Modern football gone mad. Modern football gone mad. I did want to show you this, though, Aaron. Right. Arsenal News Channel. Arsenal News Channel.
It's like a
Look at
fucking
this, man.
Instagram.
Look at this. They didn't want to drop Odegaard, so they have it. We saw these two. Let's just take it out. These have millions of people, man. Millions of people. But look at that. Look at that team, man. I mean, you could have 11 of the best players in the world and play that formation and you get steamrolled. You know, you can't do it. They don't even have wing backs. It's just for I was saying the views that I think they just put it in wrong. I think Sesko is where the keeper should be. And then you have four.
Yeah, I was going to say they're probably putting Rodrigo and Saka as like wing backs or something, isn't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
Ridiculous like that, yeah.
Ray is up
It's
front.
so crazy, man. There's nothing that
That's
they won't dress up.
ridiculous, man.
Absolutely nothing that they won't dress up. It's terrifying.
Thousands of followers
It's
in that.
absolutely
Thousands of
terrifying.
followers.
And I don't
And
know
you know
if you saw
what
this one.
Arteta's going to do? You know what Arteta's going to do? Sorry, before you go on to our next one.
Yeah.
He's going to buy
No, go on.
Eze. If we get to
Yeah.
Eze, you'll buy him. And then you are going to literally try and play him as a proper left winger. Like, not to
Yeah, no,
challenge
that's
Odegaard as
a
a number 10.
guarantee. That's
And
a
then
guarantee.
we're gonna have him tucking in and Lewis Skelly tucking in, and we're gonna have no left side. Who's gonna defend? Crazy.
You said that this morning, views, and that was fucking great, man. That really was great. I never thought of that because Eze will just naturally keep wanting to come into the 10. And then if Lewis Skelly's going into midfield, our whole team will literally just be pushed over to the right hand side. You know what I mean? And they will naturally do it.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I did say about Eze was if we do get him and he's playing him out the wing, fine. I have no problem with that. If it's just for 6 months and then Arteta gets sacked and a new manager comes in and goes, right, Odegaard, you're on the bench. This guy's playing in the 10. But did you
Yeah.
see this Christian Norgard defending transitions better than Jorginho and Partey, apparently? A little
Nah.
but he took it off someone else. You can see that it's off some other side. But I mean, Aaron, why are they dressing this up? Why can't they just say it's not a good signing?
Because they're just cowards, aren't they? They don't ever have. They want us to have accountability. They non-stop say about us having to apologise, do all of this shit. But when they get thousands upon thousands of things wrong, they just don't have any accountability. That's what it is, isn't it? I don't know. I just get a little bit fed up of them sometimes. You know what I mean? It all depends on what mood I'm in. Sometimes when I'm in the right mood, I enjoy taking a piss at them. On other days when I'm a little bit more fragile today, I'm just like, oh, absolute gremlins, man. And it's tiring. You know what I mean?
It is tiring.
Sometimes it's nice to destroy them for sport, but they are tiring bunch, man. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Like fair dues to you, Shane, for going at them every single day to keep it up, man.
It is tiring as well. But the thing is that you have to make a laugh out of it because it is laugh or cry with them. You know what I mean? It is laugh or cry. And I said it before, there's nothing personal in it. You know what I mean? I don't personally dislike them.
Yeah.
But I ain't having them obliterating our club. Like when you have Zippy out there saying that everything's fine and he dismisses the Timber interview in 2 sentences. Oh, I read it. He was hurt. So what? Yeah, he's covering other shit that means nothing. I just don't get it. But this was I wanted to bring up, right? Because this was the 93. Sorry, this is the year that Igal told me the 2 cups were irrelevant, that we played shitter football then, and that we right. I mean, the numbers are wrong, but we had Wright, okay, Alan Smith or Kevin Campbell, who was young coming through, absolute beast of a player. Paul Merson, I mean, the magic man. Come on, John Jensen didn't score much. Wasn't superb. I'm not going to say superb. A bit of a Xhaka. Did a job in the middle of the park. Paul Davis, one of the most. So you ask fucking DJB or Jez or any of those lads, Kenny about Paul Davis, and they will say, "What a fucking player." And then we had Limpar and a young Parlour fighting for him. And then what a lot of people would consider the best back five in the history of football.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
David Seaman, Steve Bowl, Tony Adams, our greatest ever captain, Dixon Winterburn. He was saying that, oh, you had no hope then. Well, hang on. I was watching this team every week. I had plenty of hope, mate. We won 2 cups. That team would steamroll the current team because all we have now is the defense everybody talks about. They talk about our defense. Well, that was the best defense around. That was the best defense around. I mean, Views, if that team came up against the current one, am I wrong in thinking it would just be a bloodbath?
No, definitely not. Definitely. But we've said it a million times, my bro. Like the level of football from even just then until now was just, miles apart. I keep saying video killed the radio star, but it's systems. Systems kill any kind of creativity and individualism in football. You can blame Pep for that, but even he's adaptable. Whereas Arteta's just taken it and he's, doubled down, tripled down, really put that David Moyes sauce on top. Do you know what I mean? And really gone fully the other way around. But no, that team, look, you got the Romford Pele in there as well. As you said, that's probably the best back four and keeper. For me, anyway, that in football, you know what I mean? So, no, that team will steamroller what we've got going on right now. Absolute Ian Wright against our defense. Like, bro, come on. I like Saliba and I like Gabriel, but come on, man.
Yeah,
come on, bro.
Yeah,
different.
But Ian Wright against any defense these days would have a fucking field day. He would have a field day. But yeah, Aaron, when you look at that team, do you think, oh yeah, they were terrible times, or do you think, look at that fucking team?
Mate, that team was fucking awesome. Like I said, we had a much better. Every department's better. Every single department's better. The defense there is much better. Granted, ours isn't bad, but that is still a much better defense. Well, it just is. The goalkeeper just is. Merson, we've got no one even remotely close to Merson. Like not even anywhere near. That's the worrying thing. People think that Odegaard's that. Odegaard ain't even like an inch of what the talent that Merson's got. It's ridiculous. And like you said, Paul Davis, I didn't really sort of see loads of all of them guys. But, I hear obviously a lot of good things from what I've seen when I've gone back and had a look at the team. There, no mugs. And you've got Limpar and obviously Ray Parlour, most capped Premier League Arsenal player of all time still. They're not mugs. And he's very underrated, Ray Parlour. I don't like what he says now, but massively underrated. Yeah. That's a proper team. Like, look, you got the Ian Wrights and it, like I said, between Campbell and Smith. Most of these players walk into our team. Let's just get it right. Yeah. Like the whole defense and back five, that's an absolute given. An absolute given.
Yeah.
Every single one of them are getting in. The strikers and then you're left with Merson. I'm sitting there thinking, you know, Ray Parlour has played in the middle a couple of times, obviously predominantly on the right. Thinking he'd even get in and do a job somewhere in this midfield. And, you know, obviously Paul Davis, I think, would and all. Don't know about Jensen. You know, you probably
No, he'd be the only one that'd be. Royce might get in ahead of him, and that'd be it. Saka would give. Saka's a better player than Parlour was, but Parlour was that 98 season. He got Arsenal Player of the Year voted by the players. Like, you know what I mean? And Bergkamp just got PFA Player of the Year because he was untouchable. But Parlour, I think he played 36 league games that season. He was unbelievable. FA Cup final, unbelievable. He got man of the match.
Only Ray Parlour.
That was the Chelsea one there with the 98 one when Overmars scored and Elka scored. Parlour got man of the match. He was unbelievable.
Tim Lovejoy. That's it.
She said that in 2002. Because he was doing the secondary commentary. Remember Sky used to have Sky Sports used to have where the fans commentating on it. Do you remember that in the early 2000s? Fan zone. But I was always going, how are they not cursing? Because, you know what I mean? I'd get carried away. Because even if the watch along we did, I got carried away and I was thinking, oh shit, that's going to come back on me. But it didn't.
Do you know what? I didn't realize properly until a little while ago when I rewatched it back. It was what's it? Is it Bradley Walsh with him, Tim Lovejoy in that final? It took me ages to cotton that on. You know, FA Cup. You know, I was only Ray Parlour that little bit. I didn't realise it was Bradley Walsh in the celebrity fan zone bit in with them. But same. Look, I must have watched that video God knows how many times. And then, you know, when you look at them, like, that's fucking Bradley Walsh. I haven't noticed that.
That's brothers.
I remember where I was sitting in the boozer. I remember if I went into that boozer now, it's in Bray. I'd be able to pick out the seat. You know what I mean? Like that was just that FA Cup final, because Chelsea were a good fucking team, man. They were a really good team, and they had a bit of the first half, and then that Parlour goal. But I preferred the Ljungberg one when he bent it in the top corner because Lee Dixon's behind the goal. He's warming up, and because he sees it going in before it. He's running away before it hits the net. He's running away before it hits the net. Yeah, it's amazing because he's right behind it. And he's
like that, and running away. Yeah.
Remember your man Ed De Hoy that played the Nets for Chelsea, the ugly bastard.
Of course, I always remember him for the Canu goal, man. You know what I I mean? He was just in no man's land, wasn't he? And
my mate rode a girl that looked like Ed De Hoy, man, back in the day when we were young. Yeah. She looked like Ed De Hoy, man. I still slag it to this day. I still slag it to this day. It's been 22 years ago. I still ever so often, every few months, I'll send him a picture of Ed De Hoy, and he's like, fuck off, chap.
Oh yeah, how you doing, Ed? Oh yeah,
Ed. Fucking mad.
That's no compliment, man.
No, not a compliment.
Poor old Ed, isn't it? Poor old Ed.
Poor old Eddie. Remember our
good man, Mr. Waffle. I'll pin them now. But getting into Ed De Hoy, though, I mean, come on. bad times. But back in the day, you didn't really give a shit, did you? If you were getting in on them.
Nah, it was different, man. Different times. Different levels, like you said, man. You know, 4-0.
PSG 4-0 up.
Inter Miami,
PSG going all in. Inter Miami, they were going to get found out. There's only so much that Messi can do. Yeah. There's only so much he can do. Have you guys ever seen the Snatch Wars video? Have you? On YouTube?
I've seen that years ago. I see you play it. I've seen that.
Snatch Wars.
No, I was playing it. Mate. Have you not seen that? It's 8 minutes of Star Wars, but they've dubbed Bricktop, from Snatch.
With Snatch over it. Yeah. I've not seen the whole thing, but I've seen clips from when you played.
It's just I didn't get done for copyright on it. I was amazed. Maybe it's because it's the voices and not the. I don't know. But maybe if I played it now, I might get done for copyright. I don't know.
Right.
But I remember playing that straight away, like when it first come out. I'm sure, like because I love Star Wars, man. So when I see that,
I'm not a big Star Wars fan, but I thought that was
it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Make sure you're subbing to the two lads and myself. That their channels are pinned. Apparently Jaws will be, I think, 50 years old. I think it's this year. I think it's 50 years old.
I thought you were talking about someone else then.
No. We're talking about movies because the 70s was when the 70s was that year of the decade of the blockbusters with Star Wars and stuff coming out in the summer blockbuster and all that. But Jaws will be up there for me as one of the best movies ever made, man. One of the best moves. A big up to Vincenzo. What a legend. And he's saying, why do Arsenal sell all our players for peanuts? And most of them for free transfers
peanuts.
when all the other teams sell their players for good money. A lot of it is the club. We've been doing it for time, so I can't just blame Arteta. But I blame him a lot for recent times. That last sort of 7-8 games of the season when we couldn't win the league, he should have been playing Zinchenko in the 10, let him score a couple of goals, add on to his money. People go, oh, it's not going to change it in that amount of time. Let's have a look at Kivior. We were saying we might get 15 million for him. He does okay in the last 2 games of the season. Suddenly people are saying 35 million. It makes a big difference, man. He needs to play these players, and he needs to stop making it patently obvious that he doesn't want to keep them. He makes it so obvious that he doesn't want these players. I'm sure there's players around the world on teams that have fallen out with the manager, but you wouldn't know it. You know what I mean? Because they're still... Ferguson used to fall out with players, and then he'd swallow his pride. They'd have a little meeting the next day, done. You know what I mean? Schmeichel, he threatened to sell Schmeichel. He was going to sell him in...
Roy Keane? No, that was Brian Clough, wasn't it?
Brian Clough hit him. But Schmeichel and Ferguson had a falling out where Gary Neville says he's never seen anything like it. Like he thought they were going to come to blows. And then Ferguson said to Schmeichel, I have to sell you. You know what I mean? I can't have that. And then Schmeichel had a meeting with the players, not knowing Ferguson was listening, and said, look, I apologise to you as I got out of hand. And he said to Ferguson, just never mentioned it to him again, but it was done. You know what I mean? Where Arteta would sell him on the spot. It's done. You cannot question this guy. So for me, to answer your question, in my eyes, the club's always been bad for it. We've always been really, really bad for it, for letting our players go for free. But there's no market value on them. Number one, they're all injured. And number two, it's made plainly obvious we don't want to keep them. And number three, their wages are so high that teams will go. If you look at the Milan Zinchenko thing, apparently they're saying you have to knock 10 million off or 5 million off because we can't pay his wages. So we have to knock money off so they can pay their wages. It's crazy. I pulled up the Newcastle. Yeah, it's all this stuff. It's all like a combination.
Ornstein Bomber.
Oh, okay.
Parties left the club.
Party leaves the club. Yeah, well, we knew that was coming. We knew that. We've got Norgard though, people. We've got Norgard. What is happening to this club, man? What is happening to this club? He wanted too much money. He wanted 250k. No proof of that, by the way. There is no proof that he asked for 250k. None. And if he did, he was our best midfielder last season.
Then give it.
Arteta made it clear he didn't want to keep him, Views. He made it clear he didn't want to keep him.
But if you're fit, you get a contract. Well, he done his part of the job.
Yeah.
He done his part of the job.
Gentleman's agreement. Absolute scumbag. Absolute scumbag. So Partey, I said this months ago, and I kept doing the sort of the situation. And again, I'm not saying this happened. I'm saying, if I was Partey and Berta came in and said to Arteta, what are you doing here letting him go? Because Arteta didn't want him. The contract would have been signed in January if he wanted to keep him. Why are you letting this guy go? Oh, I want Supermendy. Yeah, well, I'm not signing a new midfielder. Let's keep him. You go to Partey and you say, come on, do you want to stay? No, he doesn't want me. Why would I stay? We want you to stay. Right, well, give me more money then. Because you treated me like shit and I'm going to play right back half the season. That's the way it works. Plus, he was our best midfielder last season. Season. Aaron, I mean, what are we doing here, man? It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I said this. I don't know whether it was to a gal or to someone else.
As of tomorrow. Sorry, Aaron. Sorry.
No, you're right. No, you're good, man. You're good. Yeah. His contract expires on the 30th, doesn't it? So, madness. I mean, that's ridiculous in itself, isn't it? But what was I saying to a gal the other day? I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know. I forgot. What were we talking about?
I saw you cooking them on. I'm not sure. Lee went through it.
Sorry, I went
where you were cooking them, and he was. But he was not sorry. He was going through the one with your man African Gooner. He was going on about having Ornstein in his DMs, and you go, "Yeah, has he messaged you back?"
Yeah. Yes, he messaged you back. I was
Views are in stitches, man. Views are showing it today in his channel. Absolutely. I'll let views in.
Yeah. Because obviously I was watching that in it, and I'm saying this guy, like, he's the absolute. I don't know if you've seen that show on Netflix called You. I ain't watched it. The missus watches it. It's like for the girls, in it. Absolute panty sniffer, bro. He's sitting there, and I'm saying these are the guys with all of the big, numbers and the big pull and that. Fabrizio Romano's using my. My information. Ornstein's in my DMs. Like, what are you? Some Instagram slag, bro? Like, are you meant to be an Arsenal fan or a journalist, bro? Do you know what I mean?
But we did. But both of us did say at least he's honest about it. He does say that's what he wants to do.
Do you know what I did? Do you know what I did sort of tire of saying? So I give him a little bit of stick about. Do you remember saying that he was following the whiter players' wives and things like that?
Wives,
Yeah, I was giving him a little bit of chip on that and all, and
Yeah,
I stopped myself and was saying to him like, "Oh, the African stalker," because
Yeah.
I didn't want him to like he weren't taking it as good. Like you could see he
I
was
know.
fine with the banter, but you could see it was getting to him a little
It
bit.
was
So I was
getting
like,
to
"Oh,
him.
I'll throw
Yeah.
that out there." I was just like, "Oh, like if he was taking it as in like a bit more funny, I'd have dropped it." But I just
Yeah.
thought, you know what, I'll
Yeah.
keep this.
No, you weren't. You weren't. You
Yeah,
weren't.
yeah,
But this
yeah,
is these are the people. These are the people representing our club because they want press passes. They want to go on Talk Sport. I wake up at 6 a.m. every day. You're a dickhead, bro. Well, you gave up your job for that just to show us the players getting onto the bus. You don't support Arsenal. You want to be a journalist, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh
You
yeah,
wanna be a journalist.
at least he openly will admit that though. To be fair to him,
Yeah,
like at least he
yeah,
don't
I'll give
cover
him
it.
that. I'll give him
I
that.
don't mind him. Like his Arsenal takes are like some of them. I always disagree with him. I've been on nothing with Deluded like 2 or 3 times now, and I enjoy that because I always I just get to argue, and it never gets hot. It's not like with a gal where it's just constantly. Do you know what I mean? You're really combating with total idiot that will like you know what I mean. At least with them you can make a point, and them two boys. At least with him he'll go, yeah, no, I can see that point. At least to be fair, and I don't mind going back and forth more with people like that because at least it's just not like no, and they'll just shout back at you with absolute nonsense that don't even make no sense. At least he will go, I don't agree with you, or he'll go, yeah, you make a good point, or so I'll give him. I always don't mind giving credit when credit's due, but yeah, I always
Stay
I
out
always
of the bins, mate. That's what I'm
like,
gonna say. Stay out of the bins.
yeah.
Stop worrying about Ornstein in your DMs. You're not you're not Instagram model, bruv. Like, what the fuck is this? Do you support Arsenal or not? Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to wake up at 6 o'clock doing the good Lord the good Lord's work for what? Who pays you, bro? This is what we got to come up against.
Yeah.
This is what we got to come. And then you're right. He won't jump in and cut across and say like a gal does. He ain't gonna do that. He ain't as disrespectful. But you can see his whole identity is him waking up at 6, taking the pictures of guys taking out the trash and you know regurgitating old food. You know, like when you finish your food and you tip it in the bin for the trash the next day. He's going through that the next day. Yeah, I call him the panty sniffer, bro. And then you're trying to argue with people like us. You want to argue with people like us. But give him time, guys. But what if Arteta wins? What do you mean? What if he hasn't? He hasn't won.
That's a fucking mad nickname, man. I'm not gonna lie, that's funny.
But yeah, no. But the thing I will say about him, and we did say he owns up to why he does it. He owns up to why he does it.
Yeah.
So you have to sort of give him something for that. Where you have Moneypenny on, or not Moneypenny, you have Zippy on Dan saying that he asked the tough questions. Mr. Waffle got him in the chat and said, why don't you ever ask the tough questions? He said, I always ask. No, you fucking don't, mate. He's the one that asked Arteta, I saw that Havertz is bulked up. That's what he said. That's what you used one of your questions for. We always say that it's like fucking the Simpsons when Homer and Pooh go and they find the Lord of the Quickie Mart and they only have 3 questions. Are you really the head of the Quickie Mart? Yes. Really? Yes. Really? Yes. Thank you. And it's done. You know what I mean? That's what it's done. It's like he uses all 3 questions. Oh, all right. That's a tough question. So why didn't you cover the timber interview, Zippy? Why didn't you cover that? Oh, Bongo, I don't want to cover that one because that doesn't suit me.
Play the vid.
Yeah.
I love it.
Gotta be good. It's so good. And do you know what? You know, it's so childish because I had to. I'm not good at editing, so I had to put the Zippy clip and then I had to put the other video over it. And when I pressed play and it half synced, I was on my own, just going because I knew it was good. Like I was like, you can't wait to play this.
Hey, look, I've got another idea. Look, stop whatever you're doing, everybody. Look, because we're going for a walk in the park. Oh, hey.
Stop whatever you're doing, everybody, because David Ornstein is in my DMs.
You could take a book like that and just go, he'd be able to hold that in his mouth, man. Your man in the Simpsons who can fit the fucking 3 pool balls in his mouth.
David Ornstein is in my DMs, people. And from which everyone is retweeting my tweets, and we're going to the park. We're going to get your comments, everybody. Shut the fuck up.
Come on, everybody.
You know what I mean? These are the guys that get invited on Talk Sport. They're not going to invite us. They're not going to invite us, innit?
Yeah. Put your trainers on. We're going to find some panties to sniff.
I'm going into the bins, Bongo.
Yeah. Oh, maybe there'll be some real dirty ones in there.
Have him as Zippy and the African Gooner as a little raccoon one. Oh,
raccoon, bro. The old panty sniffer.
What did you find out today, raccoon? Oh, wow.
Oh, Gabrielle's
delicious
having a new
eating.
baby today. You know, Gabrielle's having a baby. You know what I mean? Like, fuck
Yeah, because it's a kid show, like Zippy, the other way they have all the little parts. Let's go visit raccoon, and they walk across the stage. What are you doing? He's just going through a bit.
Yeah. Madness.
Oh man, you have to laugh or cry with them. Yeah, you have to laugh or cry. You want to know something? We have them all pinned. As Aaron said, they've had it too easy, man. They've had it too easy for far too long. They have had it too easy for far too long. Lee and Northside were carrying the torch on their own, trying to battle them from all sides. And then when they go on to they probably go on to panels and think, okay, like Lee and Northside out here, and then one of us pop up and fucking cook them, and then start whinging. Because Kenny would school them, and DJB would school them.
Yeah, but
they'll cut across them, and they'll sort of. They won't sort of go back the way we would, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stop this. The disinfect. A fucking bat flew into my room last night, man.
What?
Nah.
Yeah. Because we have ivy all up the walls, right? So there's probably a nest of them in there. A bat. Yeah. I was in bed, right, and there was a moth flying around, and I hate any noise, any unnecessary noise, right? And there was a moth going off the roof. It's like, oh, you bastard! And I was trying to swat him. And I thought he went out the window, and then I heard fluttering in the curtains, like, and I was like, "That's a bigger moth than I thought."
Nosferatu, bruv.
This bat just. That's
Nosferatu, bruv.
You
know who looks like a bat? Pink Eye. Pink Eye looks like a bat.
Yeah, he got it. That was him. That was him. He's going to get me. I've come.
It was Shane. It was head vampire fucking Mikel Arteta, wasn't it? Upside down.
Yeah.
What's this Irish geezer talking bad about me all the time?
It was only a tiny one, so I'd say it was.
It
was only a tiny bat, yeah. I've come to suck your blood, mate.
Show me your teeth. I was watching Nosferatu yesterday, bro. That is perfect. That is perfect, bro. And have you ever seen the Nature Show? I think it's a David Attenborough one where they're talking about the bats in Brazil, where they literally sucking the human blood. There's people that go to sleep in Brazil with their windows open. The bats come through the window and they're sucking the blood.
That's what it was. It's flying around. It was Pink Eye or something like that, man. He was flying around. I had to get a cup and catch him in the cup and then put him out the window again. But he landed on the head of the bed and was just looking down at me. I was like, "What the fuck, man? You fucking little prick."
Who's this little kid killing? There's a wanker in the corner just looking down at you, isn't it? A little wanker bat.
Yeah.
It was Terry Flewers and fucking and Gold Bitch. It was them lot, you know what I mean?
A gang of them hanging upside down.
I mean,
That's what they do.
Arsenal news. Yeah, just waiting for the new Arsenal
I think they all fly back to fucking. Yeah, they just suck on the news, man. They suck all the fucking news out.
Suck off the club. You know, Henry fucking talks Arsenal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they all sleep in a cave outside Arteta's house, man, upside down, and he goes out and tells them, "Fly, my pretties, fly! Go out and spread shit, fly, my pretties! Go out and tell people it's all okay, fly!"
Suck their blood, show me teeth.
That's what it is. All these Top Gooners. Have a look at the Top Gooners' necks from now on. You'll see the
you see a little
Nosferatu was on the chest. He's on the chest.
Yeah, I was on the chest. Yeah. So we'll have them counting off terrible signings. Number 1, number 2,
we'll have to rip off,
number 3.
We'll have to rip off Pink Eye's. We'll have to rip off Pink Eye's Tottenham shirt, and you'll see the 2 holes there. You know what I mean?
I got one sent today where he's wearing another club. What one was it? He was on 442 magazine wearing a Rangers jersey. Talking about Arsenal need to sign a striker. We need Sesko or we need Gyökeres. If you want a project, get Sesko. If you want
Sesko is a massive mistake, man. Even if we do sign him, I still think it's a massive mistake.
Pointless. He's just Havertz. But the vampires will be out there spreading the word, man.
I watched a compilation of him missing yesterday. It's the only other different compilation I've seen because it's always the same goals because there's not a big enough sample size, right? But I watched a compilation of him missing yesterday. Maybe some of you guys need to go and watch that. Because some of them were absolutely diabolical. It's harder to miss than score. Go and watch that.
Yeah.
Go and watch that.
And that's the one that what's his name? Zippy did that for Gyökeres when he's trying to mud Gyökeres. He did a little short where he was talking about Gyökeres doesn't suit us, but in the background it's just all his misses. You know what I mean? So we can do that if we want, but we don't. You know what I mean? We could do that and go, oh yeah, look at this. You can do that with anyone.
Exactly.
And Gyökeres misses chances. Andy Cole would have a stream of misses, bad misses.
Henry,
The West Ham game alone in
Look at
when
this
Blackburn
missed
won the league, he missed.
opportunity, everybody.
You do the voice better than me. You're exactly like Tippy when you do it, man. Yeah. Oh, missed opportunity. But yeah, but they all just listen to what fucking cunt Dracula says. Arteta is cunt Dracula, and they all fucking they all do. They go off to do his bidding. They go off to fucking defend the club. Fucking drivel, man. Absolute drivel. I want to suck your blood. No, get out, people. Come on, do what Static says, man. Yeah. He landed on the headrest. He just went, all right, geezer. All right, geezer.
With his little wings folded.
Yeah. And his little spindly legs hanging out the side. All right, geezer. Wearing a fucking QPR jersey. I want to suck your blood.
One fridge. Two fridges. Three fridges. Where's the fucking
one Chelsea reject? Two Chelsea reject. Three Chelsea reject.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Leave the bad boy alone.
I'm just getting a drink quick. 2 seconds, gents.
Yeah.
And it's not blood, by the way. It's not blood.
Oh,
it's too much, bro. It's too much. It's hurting my sides.
That's what's got to be done, man. It's either laugh. This is what the weekend roast is all about, man. It's about just having a fucking laugh. You know what I mean? Because it is laugh. We should do a show called Laugh or Cry, man. That would be
laugh or fucking cry.
Oh man, big up the Binks, man. Big up the Binks, and big up to the real one. And he's saying that we're the real ones. You're the real one, Jambo. You're always in here, man, showing support. Big up the second side. Says Gyökeres creates a lot of his own chances, yeah. So even if he misses some, it's not impactful as a player like Sesko, who live off service, yeah, and still miss loads. That's a great point. And he'll be living off scraps. Let's get it right. He'll be living off scraps. People going on about, Gal was saying the amount of chances, and Christian was saying the amount of chances we create. They're not chances. Lumping the ball into the box, and some player just getting his forehead glances the ball and it goes wide when there's 3 players around him. That's not a chance. We're talking clear-cut chances. We do not create many clear-cut chances. And Gyökeres, like you said, will make them. Sesko will need them to be made for him. The thing is, he hits shots from everywhere, this guy. And big up the Jez in the house, man. He hits shots from everywhere, right?
Yes, yeah.
This Sesko lad, from anywhere. So one of them will fly in from 30 yards. And they'll just show that, right? We're saved. But when you look at the start we have, views, these players are going to get found out very fucking quickly.
And big up Dio as well. Big up Dio, man, because we always go back and forward about it. Because Dio's obviously Sesko's lawyer / agent / biggest fan, and I get it. Yeah, you like the player, I hear it, but you keep saying this stuff with no tangible evidence. I just keep asking for the tangible evidence and facts, bro. If I'm wrong about it, then prove me wrong. He said I'm going to be here for views for me when Zubimendi and Sesko aren't the problem, and that's cool. That's cool, and I hope you are here. And like I said, come and roast me, because if I'm wrong, it means Arsenal are winning.
Yeah, I hope I'm wrong.
I hope I'm wrong. I just have that feeling in my tummy. I have that feeling in my tummy because that's all you've got. When anyone, that's all anyone's got when they try and talk up Sesko or talk up NordVPN or talk up Chelsea's rejects. That's all you've got is these little things that just feelings in your tummy. There's no tangible evidence. There's no, here's the clips of him scoring 50 goals last season, or here's his 6 goals in 8 Champions League starts, or here's his goals for Sweden, or here's what he's done in the Championship. There's no evidence. He scored 13 last year, and that's all you've got to go by. You literally can't show me nothing else. You're showing me the same compilation because there's no sample size. I've seen about 5 different compilations for Victor Gyökeres. What are we doing? I see the same goals for Sesko.
But there's only so many times you can show Sesko's 13 goals last season. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so many. Yeah, why have you got a minute and a half out of it? Unbelievable. He also says, "Oh, we'll be here to give views grief when Sesko and Zubimendi aren't the problem." But the thing is, if they come in and hit the ground running and we don't still win anything, then who's the problem? Will you admit that it's Arteta? Oh, yeah, but he doesn't like Arteta either, though, doesn't he? No, he's not top gooner. He just
no. He's not all the way there, but he is Sesko's lawyer, definitely.
Yeah, but he's not afraid to criticize.
No, but he will criticize. He will
criticize. Yeah. That's what it's all about, man. At least open-minded. It's fine. You know what I mean? It's fine. And like you were just saying there, like Views was just saying there, if these guys come in and succeed, It's win-win for us, Aaron, because we get a goal scorer and we get the so-called greatest defensive midfielder apart from Rodri. Delighted, absolutely delighted.
Facts. Yeah, mate. That's what I said. Like I said, what I said to Terry when I was staying with him. He goes to me, I just want to know before you come on. Basically, you know, if he does work and his signing's good, will you be accountable? Hold your hands up and go, yeah. I was like, yeah. Is that not what normal people do anyway?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's funny that they just sit there and think like we as Arsenal fans think, do you know what? Now we've got Sesko. I really, really, really hope he's horrendous. Why would I do that? Why would I?
Exactly.
I want him to get 40, 50 goals, 60 goals. Exactly. He's never going to. But you know what I'm saying? I want him to do as good as he can. I want the whole 11 to do as good as they can. There's a difference between what you want and what's likely to happen. I want to drive a Ferrari with 4 Playboy girls in the back. Do you know what I mean? But that's not happening. Do you know what I mean? There's a massive difference between what you want and what you get. I want him to do really well. But what do I think will happen? What do I think and what I want? They are just two different things, and people that it gets conflated, mate. Like,
and also, and let me just add on to that, Aaron. Yeah, we're trying to equate our arguments based off information and past practices. Our past practices is not to go out and get the gold dust; it's to go out and get the rejects. And so far, what have we seen? Yeah. Rejects. So how can you ask us to have faith when you've given us nothing to be faithful about? Just answer that for me, please. It's just feelings in my tummy. I feel like Sesko's going to hit the ground running. Theo says that he's going to score 17 goals in the Prem. He couldn't even score that in the Bundesliga. Like,
he couldn't even score that in Austria, bruv. He scored 16 in Austria.
Where's the logic? That's all I'm saying.
And then they'll go, oh yeah, but they're only young. It's like, all right, cool. I don't want a young striker.
Yeah.
That's Sesko as well, especially.
Michael Owen won 2 golden boots before he was 20, mate.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want the geezer. Do you know what Gyökeres people just seem to forget as well? They're like, oh, yeah, Sesko for his age. I think he's 22 now. People think Gyökeres is like 37. He's 27. Like, the way people talk, that's what I'm saying. The way people talk is like he's finished. If we was to sign him on a 5-year contract, we'll have the best years of his career.
Ian Wright signed for us at 28, Aaron. Ian Wright signed for us at 28.
Oba signed for us at 28. How many goals did he score for us? That's what I'm trying to say.
Ian Wright was our record scorer. Ian Wright he was 28 when he signed. Ian Wright. What's the fucking problem? And Ian Wright developed late as well. His story's nearly the exact same. He was playing in what would have been the championship at 21, 22. The same sort of story. Hit his form. Some strikers need to sort of something clicks with them at a certain age. Some strikers they realize like Kane was a late developer. I used to mock Kane. I used to say shit all the time when he was first at Tottenham when he was first breaking in. He couldn't hit a barn door. He went to Leicester on loan, and I think he scored 1 in 12 or something like that. He was a shambles.
Like Millwall and all,
yeah. And some players just develop later, especially forwards. Forwards can develop later. You know what I mean? And the forwards that do are normally class. They're normally class. Shearer went to Blackburn. Well, he must only been about 22 when he went to Blackburn, 23 maybe. He'd been at Southampton, and he took off. Chris Sutton as well was quite late. A lot of these players are later forwards that are intelligent forwards. And Gyökeres, like it was said there, that he makes a lot of his own chances. Something clicks. They go, oh, if I make this run, or they get a coach that understands them, or something changes, and they go, okay, here we go. So that's why I'm saying about him that he's going to really think about this move. I've never had it so good. My numbers are through the roof. And he's going to look at us and go, my numbers will fall off a cliff if I go there. And we have to remember as well, World Cup year, players don't want to come and get injured, man. They don't want to come and get injured.
Be benched either. So even Sesko, even your favorite Jesko, just because Arteta likes him, he doesn't want to get benched. Even if we go and get Jesko, you're still going to see Kai Havertz lining up as our striker next season in certain games when he should just be holding bench. This is why we say that this guy, this cancer in our club, is now detrimentally ruining Arsenal going forward. That's why. And one last thing, and I'll shut up. People seem to think that I'm so bang on Gyökeres. I'm not. Go and get me Osimhen then. Go and get me Harry Kane. I want someone who's guaranteed that I can look at and say, of course, no one's guaranteed to hit the ground running anywhere they go. But who's going to be more likely to do it? Maybe one of the best strikers on the planet. Maybe one of those guys. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? If you go and buy Haaland, you expect him to score. If you go and buy Salah, you expect him to score. You expect Wirtz to hit the ground running. He might not, but he's arguably the best 10 in the world. That's what you call a calculated risk.
Yeah,
that's why I want Gyökeres over Sesko, because he's potential. He's a young guy. He ain't even hit 20 goals in his career.
Yeah.
Mate, it's
Easy to
ridiculous.
understand.
Bruv, it's ridiculous. Look, I said, when you look at the Gyökeres thing, you think he's 27 years old. Like we've said, he's in the prime now. He is ready. He is ready to make that next step, that real big move. He knows it at that age, where he obviously is. He's been there for 2 years. And by the way, every single season, progress. I think he got 17 in the championship 4 years ago. Then something like 22. I might be out by 1 or 2 maybe, but I think I'm accurate. So he's gone from 17, 22, and I think then it was like 31 in 33 or 33 in 31 the next season. And the last season got like 39 or something like that, just in the league, by the way. So he's progressing every year. And I always say this about Sesko. He's got 16 in the Austrian league 3 years ago. Then the year after, he's took the move to obviously Germany. He's got 14, and then the next year is 13. He's regressing every season. And people say, "Oh, you can't really say that." Well, I mean, you can.
No,
Like,
the
the numbers are there. The numbers are there. Doesn't. Oh yeah, but he plays in a different this and all that. Who doesn't matter. That makes no difference when you're looking at it, who is a more accomplished and lethal finisher. And in the last 3 years, you're looking at 43 league goals against 89. I don't understand where the argument is. It's ridiculous. Like it's so stupid. And then do you know what they do? They come back and they'll say something like they'll go, "Oh yeah, but you know, we give Thierry Henry a chance, etc., etc." Well, I'll tell you what, if R9 was willing to come to Arsenal, then that year we wouldn't have signed Thierry Henry, would we?
Yeah.
There you
You know
go.
what I mean?
Exactly.
There you go.
And if we hadn't sold Anelka, if Anelka hadn't forced the move, we wouldn't have signed Henry.
The club even do it. The club even do it because this is why I know that the club hear what we say. All of the Arsenal fans, because they even try to use that same excuse. We don't want the same thing that happened with Isak, with Sesko. That's come from the club. And now you hear the top gooners like, you know, like the fucking chickens out of Despicable. They're all just saying the same thing. You don't want the same thing that happened to Isak. You're trying to tell me this guy is like Isak. Are you, bro? Come on.
The head vampire releases that to all the top gooner vampires. They go out and they spread the word, and all the other minions fucking eat it up. They just pierce their hand a little bit and drip feed them little drops of blood, and they like in Blade, man, scrambling around like mongrel. Skills, man. He put in a sticker. Absolute legend. Skills is always been shown, and he speaks facts. I'm glad you're starting to speak up a bit, Skills, because you always make facts. Age shouldn't matter. Winning is the most important thing. We could struggle this year unless we start buying decent players. And this is it. And Aaron touched on it with the whole Sesko thing getting worse. It's Arteta wanting a project. He always wants a project. And the funny thing is with his projects, they've never worked. They've never worked. Where does he get this from? It'd be different if he was doing it all the time. Eddie Howe does it. Eddie Howe, like View says, takes calculated risks. I was questioning that spending that amount of money on Claire Balding with Gordon. I thought that's a lot. He hasn't played that much. Is it just because he's English? You know the way they add a bit onto the English players, and he brought Balding in out the wing, and he balled out, right? And I really like Gordon. I think he's a great player. Isak was a calculated risk. He took the chance. He took the chance on him, and that's the big difference. But
Claire Balding, man, that is a challenge, man. That is a challenge. That is
brilliant, bro. Brilliant.
But the thing is, when you look at Balding, she's actually better looking than Gordon. I never thought I'd say that.
Yeah, come on, man. Look. You'd rather turn Balding around, didn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like,
but it's all like she hasn't got the schnoz. He's got the schnoz, man. That chap could smoke in the shower.
What did you say this morning? He could smoke in the shower.
He could smoke in the shower. Yeah.
I was dead. I was absolutely dead. I was dead.
But the thing is, we're doing this with Norgard as well, another project, because you were talking about Sesko not doing it in the Austrian league and stuff. But with Norgard, he was playing in the Danish league. He went off to Germany to Hamburg. Didn't get a game. Couldn't get a game. They played him in the B team for a few games. Went back to Denmark again with Brøndby. Won a Danish Cup. Tried again to move to Serie A. Tried another big move. Went to Fiorentina. Got 6 games in 1 year. Couldn't cut it. Went back. Signed for Brentford in the Championship. They got promoted through the playoffs. All well and good. But he's the same. He's never proven that he's a top player. He's got 31 or 35 international caps. It's not like, and it's not hard to get. I'm not saying it's easy to get in the Danish team, but it's easier than a lot of international teams.
Yeah.
So he's averaged about 3 caps a year. You know what I mean? So he hasn't been balling out, but apparently he's a search and destroyer. And he's all this and he's all that. And views, I know you have to leave in a bit, but I am going to wrap it up anyway because I have the beef in the oven and I have to get the potatoes on. Because I actually am making a roast. And I make one hell of a roast. But big up the Binks for the super chat, man. Always in showing support. He says, big up panel. You made me laugh loads today. Thank you all holding top gooners to account. Listen, that's what we tried to do. You know what I mean? I don't want to act like I don't want to become a show that's not serious. We talk about serious football all the time. Every day, I always open with something serious. People put in serious points. But if you can make a laugh of it, I mean, it is meant to be entertainment as well at the end of the day. And Views is the same, has a laugh. Aaron has a laugh. All the good channels, Lee has a laugh. You know what I mean? You have to have a laugh. If we're just here talking non-stop about how bad Arsenal are, I mean, I'd be slitting my own wrist, you know what I mean? But big up Binks, man. You've been in one of the ones from the start. You know what's great about this chat, man? You know what's fucking brilliant about this chat? Is that all the ones that were in at the start are always still in, man, showing support.
Yeah.
They're always still in showing support. And it's absolutely mind-blowing. And the same goes for the other two lads. I could say, I presume I can say it for them, that I do see that people that were in their chat at the start are still in. And it means the absolute world. But I will wrap it up because I do have to get dinner on. And then my missus is down there. I think the dog is turning into a steak now. And she's looking at it like fucking one of those Tom and Jerry cartoons. I think she's sitting there with the knife and fork just waiting on dinner.
No. You'll be sitting there with Arteta Spork. And I'll stick
it's like a spork. Yeah, I love that spork thing as well, man. But Views, man, what have you got coming up, dude?
Yeah, bro. Probably just back with another intervention tomorrow. Got a few people that I've got to talk to, try and lock in some more under the lenses, but it's not locked in just yet. So yeah, back at 1:45, just probably when you're about finishing. So come and digest after your full Irish. Come and have your intervention, and yeah, man, big up everyone, man. Of course, Tuesday we got Clean Through 1-on-1. Hopefully some other stuff's in the works. You know, my brother Aaron has been messaging, so we'll wait and see. But what we can guarantee you is the intervention tomorrow, 1:45. Like and subscribe, everyone.
Boom.
Big up. Make sure you are liking and subscribing to everybody. As we always say, it makes a big difference if you look at your phone and you see you got a few new subs. It gives you that warm feeling in the tummy, guys. And it makes a big difference. And smash the likes up as well if you haven't already. And Aaron, what have you got coming up, bro?
I don't know. what day is it? Sunday. I think I'm doing something later, actually. I think about 9 or 10-ish.
Oh,
I think
is
so.
that
I
just
ain't
a
said
little
it.
call-in show, is it?
What's that?
Is that just a little old call-in show, is it?
No. What's it? I tried doing it last week, but I don't know why I got sidetracked. But yeah, I haven't set anything up yet, but I think I might go from live from 9 or 10-ish. I'll tell you offline something. Well, I don't want to say online. It's cheeky. But yeah, man, I think I'll be doing that, and I'll be live at 5 tomorrow. That's what I've got coming up. And of course, a Monday tomorrow, innit? And then I've got the
Monday. Call it out.
The Monday show.
I've got the fucking Monday show.
The Monday show, the OG show.
The
Yeah,
only
I
legend.
took this waffle. I already have it set up, mate. Legend.
We got Alfie B as well. Yeah, big up, man.
Yeah,
man,
got
big
a few
up,
bits
Alfie.
coming up, man. But big up, cheers for having me on. Grateful for the invite. Do you know what I mean? I'll try and make as many of them as I can. If you
I
did
know,
want a couple of people on there, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
sorry, I
man.
was a little bit
No,
late.
look, it is the thing to do. It is the thing to do. I think, you know, I was meant to, I keep forgetting I'm meant to top up the Top Gooner League on a Sunday, but I'll do it on the Monday show. And I'm speaking of that, make sure you're here tomorrow morning for the full Irish at 10:30, and Monday night then, of course, on Aaron's with me, Norsky, Aaron, and DJP. And then, of course, Tuesday night will be Clean Through 1-on-1 with me and Views. Big up to everybody who's in the chat. We were over 100 for pretty much the whole thing. Absolutely amazing, mind-blowing stuff, especially on a Sunday. So big up to everybody. I'm going to redirect you to Alfie. He is one of the realest young fans out there that you will ever see. Make sure you go over. And give him a Shane Gooner raid. And stick around for a while. Listen to what he has to say, because the chap's a real one. And if you are going over just to stay for a while, go over and smash the likes and get his algorithm going, because it makes a big difference to all of us. There'll be no play out video at the end of this. And big up to everybody with the super chats and stickers, and especially everybody for commenting, man. It makes a big difference, and it really does. So make sure you go over to Alfie, hit him with a Shane Gooner raid, and have a good Sunday, people.
Boom.